I need you to man up and say what you really want to say.
Simon, you're doing a great job.
And together, they are Steiny and Guru.
Yeah.
On 95.7 The Game.
All righty. I got to get a new headset because this one's not working right. But you know what?
I'm waiting for Willard to go ahead and tell him what happened. I'm waiting for Willard to come at you because he's going to need a new mic because you keep grabbing it like you're Elvis. Ain't nothing but a hound dog. You're just grabbing it.
Willard let you off easy today. He usually comes down my road much tougher.
No, I think he heard where I was coming from. You guys must have a
special bond.
He heard where I'm not you. Let's just say that. And now you're talking about accountability. I'm ready for you, bud.
All right.
Yep.
So what's okay. All right. I'm sorry for the start. Issues with my mic, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. 49ers. Rams 49ers Monday Night Football. I will say this. I am surprised that it feels like everybody's just kind of confident they're going to beat the Rams. And I'm thinking, okay, where's that coming from? Obviously, it's from the 6 regular season games.
Right.
But last time they played, the Rams won. And I mean, they are the Super Bowl champions still, right? So, I know Vegas has them favored, but to me, this is a much tougher game than the Broncos, and everybody thought the 49ers were going to handle the Broncos.
And I'll say this, good morning. We're in the Bay, but if I'm a Ram and I was part of those 6 losing consecutive games, I'd be like, hey, fellas, that means nothing. If I'm McVay, we won the one that counts. Let's go out here and take advantage of an average O-line or porous at best without Trent Williams. So, hey, it won't even be shock the world. But, Steiny, I just can't believe the confidence that people have that the Niners are going to go in after what they did against Denver and take care of the Rams.
Well, and here's the thing. But even if they lose today to go 1-3.
Oh, man.
But you think they're going to make the playoffs?
I still do.
Okay, well then there's no reason to get all flabbergasted at this point. Let's get flabbergasted when they're at a point where you think they won't make the playoffs. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I was there, and I'm acknowledging I messed up last week. After 8 weeks, they were 3-5. I thought they were done. Blow it up. I was wrong. I've been wrong. What I'm trying to convey to you and the people, Steiny, is I hate everybody telling me because things are dysfunctional in other cities, it's okay for us to have a mess or not understand how to fix our mess. And at 1-3, if that were to happen, and already what Willard just talked about with Videogate, I don't like these plays, and just no Trent Williams, I don't know what's going on with the offense. Like, that's enough right now to be concerned. I'm not saying they can't overcome it, but this is not how I know Kyle Shanahan envisioned this season after 4 games, 25% up. And also, he's got a quarterback that he didn't envision having under center.
888-957-9570 is the number. That's also the number for the Comcast business text line. We're talking about the Niners. We also got looking forward to our guest at 1:30, Dick Vermeil, former Philadelphia Eagles
legend,
head coach. He was the original sleep in the office guy,
and a real man that'll cry and don't give a damn what you think about it. That's when I first saw it. That's a real man.
Let's jump in right away. See if Austin can get us started at Redwood City. What's up, Austin?
Hey, nothing much. Hey, I'm looking forward to this Rams game, man, with this Cooper Kupp guy, how they going to line this guy up all over the field. I'm looking forward to seeing Kittle lined up all over the field. I'm looking for Debo to do the same, and also Brandon Ayuk to counter what they're doing. If we don't get that going, man, hey, we're going to have a long season. A long season. That's all I got.
All right.
And let's give the Niners credit, Steiny. I know you don't play Madden.
For what?
But last year, the streak started on a Monday night game against the Rams to where it was raining. They ran the ball down the Rams' throat. And again, I know I sound like a broken record with no Trent Williams, but are we, and no Elijah Mitchell, are we so sure they're going to be able to run the ball down the Rams' throat?
Like, I don't know where to go today. Because, like, you're worried about everything under the sun. You don't like where the team's at. You don't like Jimmy. You think there's a quarterback situation. Like, their offensive line's a mess. But you think they're going to get to the playoffs. So, I don't like...
Well, you just said
I don't
what
get
I
it.
think.
Like,
What
then
do you
then you're
think?
just going to...
What do you think of the team, though?
Well,
you just said what I think. That's fine. Let's put that aside. It's a two-man show. What do you think about this team in the current state of affairs? Does Matt Steinmetz
it's too
think
early. It's too early yet.
Okay. So
It's
the 1 and
too
2 is no
early.
big deal and no Trent Williams.
Correct.
But what about the whole thing with Jimmy being...
Yeah. Let's watch that play out and keep an eye on it.
I'm not
there now.
His performance. Like, is there something mentally going on with Jimmy?
I
where
don't, like, Jimmy is Jimmy.
No off season. Like, is that legit? I don't know. I'm not an NFL quarterback, but I'd like to hear your thoughts
About
on
what?
Do you think it's valid? He's saying I'm basically rusty because I haven't had a camp. Like,
sure.
So
yes.
So we should expect what, an average or below average performance
I think
this
he'll
Monday
probably
night?
get better over the course of a season.
I mean, they would want him to.
I just can't figure out where you're at right now. Like,
you just said it. All those things I feel like are valid in my feelings, but let's put yours on the table too.
mine on the table are they're 1 and 2. Like, they're playing the Rams. They can go. They were 3 and 5 last year.
Okay,
and they came back and they made the playoffs. 7 teams make the playoffs. The NFC stinks. So, do I think they're going to make the playoffs? Yes, I think they're going to make the playoffs at this point. You know, the way you were talking yesterday about
Kyle
this thing's going to go. This thing,
yeah.
No, you also saying this thing's going to go south. They got a quarter. I thought you thought this team was going down the drain.
I said it had all the ingredients to go down the drain, and I still feel that way. But guess what? I don't own a pair of pads, nor a helmet, or a pair of cleats. They control me getting on here saying, Steiny, I'm wrong.
Okay, but if they make the playoffs this year, like, why are we even talking about Kyle Shanahan?
Because Jimmy would hold on now.
If the 49ers make the playoffs this year, even if Jimmy Garoppolo loses the wild card game, Kyle Shanahan just locked himself into 2 or 3 more years.
Well, no,
there's no doubt.
No, Steiny, you said and we said that it's back Super Bowl or bust with Jimmy back. Am I correct?
Okay.
Okay. I don't care about what he's got secured upstairs because he's already taking advantage of the system. I get he's not going anywhere. But that doesn't mean he did a great job if they just get to the playoffs and get ran.
Right.
From spectators like us, we still got the goalposts. Oh, now it's Jimmy? Okay, we expect you to right those wrongs and get at least back to the NFC Championship game. Like, I don't think that's asking too much. And you asked me, and it stayed with me, hey, Goo, why are the Niners picked to win? Why does everybody think the Niners are Super Bowl? I said, maybe going to the NFC Championship, Steiny, has something to do with it. And now, what's the excuse? You got your quarterback.
The excuse would be that you can't stay the same, that you got to get better. That would be the excuse. I'm not against you saying they should get to the Super Bowl because they went to the NFC Championship last year. I'm looking at it from Kyle Shanahan's point of view and Jed York's point of view. If the 49ers go 9-8
right.
and are the 7th wild card
right.
and lose 31-20 in the wild card game, like, Kyle Shanahan's going to be the head coach for the next 2 or 3 years. He will have gotten his team to the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 years, with Jimmy or without. I mean, with Jimmy is what I'm saying.
But
so you make the playoffs 3 out of 4 years, you ain't getting fired.
Okay, Steiny,
and you shouldn't get fired.
I left you yesterday, and we were talking about the hot seat. He'll never be on the hot seat. And we said, what would take him being on a hot seat?
Not making the playoffs.
Yeah, but you think 9-8 and getting in as the 7th and losing that game?
I'm not saying people are going to be happy, man, getting fired.
Okay, see, we're talking about 2 different things.
So wait, let's say they go 9-8 and losing a wild card.
I think the fan base would be, just like they are now, upset.
So you go to so in 4 years.
Okay.
So I'm just saying. And you know what? shame on everybody then. And I don't even like Kyle Shanahan.
Right.
He comes in, it takes him 2 years to turn it around.
Right.
He goes to a Super Bowl, they miss the playoffs. He goes to the NFC Championship, they lose. He gets to the playoffs, they lose a wild card. His playoff record is now 4-3. He's gone to the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 years, but he's untouchable at that point. 888-957-9570 is the number. It's also the number of the Comcast business text line. Let's talk Niners, because it's fun.
Watch the Morning Roast on Twitch and YouTube. Just search 957 The Game.
What would Kyle look like with an A- quarterback?
I don't know.
So I don't know either. I've had the same question that I have today as 2017. What are we doing at quarterback?
Yeah, but isn't that on Kyle?
At some
Isn't that
level,
at the
it
end of
has
the
to
day
come back
on
to him.
Kyle?
He has to take some
Because he has told
accountability.
us that he doesn't trust Jimmy like that. This is the Bay Area's sports station. This is just embarrassing, Shasky. 95.7 The Game.
Does your heart long to wander? To encounter colorful creatures from the deep blue sea and amazing animals from the Amazon and beyond? Feed your wild heart. Travel the world right here in San Francisco. Make your reservation to the California Academy of Sciences at calacademy.org. Explore Wanderwoods, our new outdoor playscape, now open.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
O'Reilly Auto Parts specializes in keeping your car on the road. Not sure how much life is left in your battery? Our professional parts people will test it for free. If it does need to be replaced, we'll help you find just the right one to fit your car. Our Superstart batteries are built to handle even the toughest conditions. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, this is George with Left Coast Buyers. We buy properties all over California. If you own a house or an apartment building and want to sell it fast at a great price, call us at 925-434-5000. We can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. We buy properties in any condition, any price range, and can help you in any situation. Do you own a property that is run down and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Are you out of time, money, and energy? Let us help. Are you looking for an easy way to get top dollar for your property and sell on your terms and timeline? Well, call Left Coast Buyers now at 925-434-5000. We can solve any problem. We buy divorce houses, inherited houses. We even buy vacant houses and abandoned houses. Do you have a tenant who hasn't paid rent? Are you behind on property taxes, mortgage payments, or even facing a foreclosure? Even if you're just nervous about capital gains or an upcoming recession, we've seen it all. So if you or someone you know owns a property and needs to sell, call Left Coast Buyers at 925-434-5000. That's 925-434-5000.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-200-1966. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-200-1966. That's 800-200-1966 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Tired of companies like Google and Facebook watching everything you do online? There's actually a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more. All for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with a push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
We are all on this planet together, so join Odyssey and find your one thing. September is World Ozone Month, so it's a great month to get rid of all your aerosol sprays and harsh cleaning products. Join Odyssey, and together, each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. You'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
I can't support what I'm saying.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
Hey, is Lamar Jackson the MVP and is Green Bay back? Those are the questions that were answered on Sunday. Learn everything you need about Week 4 by listening to First and Pod. Danny Parkins and Andrew Filipponi bring you the latest takes from some of the most passionate NFL cities in the country. Follow First and Pod on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Your boy's balling. I got to give you that victory lap.
Hold on. My boy is balling.
I thought you remember all our fights.
Go ahead.
Lamar Jackson.
Thank you.
Yeah. But you ain't even.
But he's got to win a Super Bowl before he's average, according to everybody.
I don't even care about your boy's balling. He went out there with. He could get hurt this Sunday. Hope, knock on wood. But
see that bomb he threw?
And he's doing that with his arm.
I like him. You know what I was thinking about? You know, we know Monday we're going to talk about the Sunday game, and
we'll be out there Monday.
That's true. We're going to be out there Monday at the Hilton Santa Clara. Come out there and say hello to Steiny and Guru.
Yeah,
we'll be there from 12 to 3, and maybe a little after 3 if you know what I mean.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah. So I was thinking, so Tuesday we have a minute to really look at the game.
Okay.
Wednesday, I was thinking about like a victory lap Wednesday. Because there's two things that I kind of want. I want to take a victory lap for a couple things.
As a show, or you on
me personally? Of course,
brother.
This has nothing to do with the team. This is Matt Steinmetz.
Is that Craig Lee? Yeah.
A lot of listeners went nuts, absolutely nuts, when I talked about George Kittle.
Oh, I remember that.
And how he's a better blocker than receiver. Right. Today, I'm listening to Dan Dibley, my man, who quietly knows more football than many give him credit for. And he said, Kittle's a glorified offensive lineman. Kittle stinks.
I was listening to that.
Kittle's a glorified offensive lineman.
But not by choice. So that's how I took it. Okay.
Fair enough.
Dibs ain't saying Kittle can't do it like my boy in Kansas City.
My point is, he's not a dynamic tight end. Not now, he's not. Now, you want to blame Kyle? Okay. Blame Kyle. You want to blame Kittle? Blame Kittle. But he ain't the second. Kittle and Kelsey.
Oh, right.
Not now.
Okay. No, I give you that. Yeah.
Number 2. I'm going to take a victory lap on this.
Even though I've
done it for effect, but the use check thing. using a fullback like Kyle uses him. All right? Now, I know I make fun of him because he doesn't do anything but block, but he doesn't do anything but block. They threw one pass to Ucsf. Yeah. He made a hell of a catch. It was a good throw. It's like, why are you going to have a play again? Why are you going to have one of your skill position people who doesn't touch the ball? Like, he's shown he can catch the ball. Wow. Give him a few. Wow. Just give him something. Like, give him something out of the backfield. Give it. But okay, so he doesn't get to touch the ball at all. But you do make the defense pay what, once a game? Come on, he's out on the field. He doesn't look like he doesn't have stone hands like a lot of people you think who play fullback. I don't know. It's just use these guys.
I'm not okay, and I love the fact you added the S. I'm not even mad at what you just said. My thing is, before we get to Kyle or Juice, but you've done it when you said guys, plural. What about more Kittle? Like, if you're clamoring for more Juice, I'm clamoring for more Kittle. I'm clamoring for more Ayuk. And if this dude is the boy genius that I call him, you can't just come pull up and say, Goo, Steiny, I don't got the quarterback to get those players the ball. Then why am I calling you a genius? You got to go manipulate the system. And now we know that the teenager that's bucking the system doesn't like your system.
But we knew that.
I
don't think this
you always felt like I'm being honest.
I think this has been going on for years, but for the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo was under contract. And
he's Jimmy Garoppolo, so I never looked at it like you can do more. I never thought Jimmy is looking at himself like
of course
Dan
he is.
Marino.
I don't think he says he's Dan Marino.
No, but
of course he wants to do more. Why wouldn't he? Every quarterback wants to do more. So
why is the coach taking the ball out of everybody's hands?
Because the coach doesn't believe Garoppolo's capable of more.
But then we saw Trey Lance, and the ball was out of his hands. In a sense,
he didn't trust Trey Lance.
Where's
to throw
Don Coryell?
I don't understand
where's that part of
it's
Kyle. Where's the Atlanta Kyle Shanahan?
He doesn't have
Matt Ryan.
He doesn't have Matt Ryan,
or he doesn't have trust in his guys.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at the Juice. He's at the bottom of my list.
Why don't you have a guy out in the field who can run and catch, but you don't use him to run and catch?
Kittle on line one.
But that's the thing. And again, so they have George Kittle and Ucsf, and they're basically used as blockers.
And that is just that's.
But they're sold as multidimensional.
And what did you say in the green room? I mean this. I didn't even tell you. I was saving it for the show. You said, "Now you're rubbing off on me." I done went blank.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Chew
it and forget it.
Steinmetz wants more fullback. Good grief, you're a dumbass. I kind of like that.
I didn't write that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I got to give him credit from the 510. I'm just saying, why would you have a skill position guy who doesn't get the ball?
Let's double
give
back
him the ball.
to something.
Keep defense honest a little bit.
Let's double back to something.
Okay.
All right. So you were a bit perplexed.
I'm still perplexed. I need the listeners to help me.
First, you said you thought Willard was coming at me harder than he did, but that's my guy. That I can sit here and tell the listeners that I'm down on Kyle Shanahan and everything right now. The trade, I'm down on him.
I know.
But there's only one of him. He doesn't control the 11 players on each side of the ball. So for me to tell you, and you already sounds like you know, the state of the NFC, Steiny, I'm not giving participation trophies for making the playoffs.
Yeah, I know.
I just am not.
Well, and that's, I guess that's
was
what
eating at you? Because it feels like you defended Kyle because I went in on him.
Yeah, and maybe listeners can help me because I want to get better. Maybe listeners can help me figure out what it is that is annoying me about your takes today.
Yeah,
because I feel like yesterday you spent the whole show criticizing Kyle. Just let me. Yeah. So today You were asked if you thought they were going to make the playoffs. You said yes, but it's Super Bowl or bust, so that shouldn't. So I guess what I'm saying is, so you get to spend the whole year ripping Kyle,
all right,
criticizing everything under the sun.
Right.
But they're going to go to the playoffs. If they do, like you spent all year ripping them and they go 10-7 and maybe they win the division. Like, that's not fair that you get to do that, I guess.
I think it's totally fair, and I think you need to know me better. I left out of here knowing at the end of the day, there's no way in hell Shanny's getting fired. And that alone bothers me. And then I went down my resume and my list on why I think other places he might have been gone. And I wouldn't have dubbed him a bad coach. I just think it's over here. And I can't wait till we talk to Dick Vermeil, Steiny, at 1:30 about, is it just about winning and losing when you find out maybe it's time to move on? Like Andy Reid had all that success in Philly, but yet didn't get it done. I feel like Kyle's staring that in the face. But the fairness part is this is a reality. This is a movie, 17 weeks. And already 1-2 is a disappointment to me. And the fact that you got the rookie quarter, the second-year starter hurt, you ran him in the ground, and you didn't get called in the office for that. You didn't get a demerit. You didn't get written up. You're going to the mic saying you didn't do anything wrong. So to me, I've already started on feeling salty. I'm salty on Kyle. But that don't mean the team is going to lay down to the Rams. And if I see you Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to come in here and act like I'm disappointed. That's not how life works. Every movie is an episode. But we had the episode of how he was treating Trey. You and I said it. And look what happened. You got to pay for that in the court of public opinion.
You sounded yesterday like somebody who did not think the 49ers were going to make the playoffs.
I sounded like a guy that...
You sounded like a guy who was like, look, there's a lot of stuff going on here. This is, you said, Steiny, why do I feel like this is headed to be a San Francisco Giants season?
Right.
And I was like, easy, relax.
Okay.
Doesn't. So you get
and
to,
I still feel that, but I feel more that like it's almost like Kyle's getting another benefit of the doubt because he's going to get the chance. But I'm telling you, man, if Garoppolo goes down or Debo, I watched the game again last night. You don't think I watched the game? When he got hurt early, that ankle was like inches. I'm no doctor. Shout out Pondia. It was like he could have really been out for 4 to 6 weeks with something, or even worse. So I'm looking at this team like if they lose, and they did, this is crazy. They lost their starting quarterback, but that wasn't the wrong guy. You take the other 31 teams, you lose your starting quarterback, kaput, you're done. Not with the Niners. So this thing, Steiny, where you're like, oh, goo, it can get ugly. It has the ingredients to be a disaster.
I guess that's it. Like, if it gets ugly, you saw it coming.
No, see, I ain't that type of dude.
No, but no, you'd have the right to be.
Well, what adjective would you use to describe 1 and 2? Your quarterback's down, your left tackle's down, your starting
Stop saying injuries. I have been doing my research on injuries.
Give me this.
Stop bringing up 49ers injuries.
No. I didn't have injuries are over.
Okay.
Give me the adjective to describe the state of Tapegate. What did Jimmy like? What's the state of the team morale wise? Everything right now. Forget injuries. Just of the 22 Niners through 3 weeks headed into a Monday night clash with division rivals, Super Bowl defending champ Rams.
Slow start, struggling a little bit offensively.
So it's just on the field for you. You don't think nothing's in the locker room?
No,
festering.
There's always stuff. There's always stuff in a locker room. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. But at this point, no, I don't feel like there's something festering in the locker room.
All right.
And one of the reasons I don't feel like there's something festering in the locker room is because of the players, not the coach. I think there could be an issue with the coach if the team weren't as mature or grown up as they are, honestly. They're very similar to the San Francisco Giants, as far as I'm concerned. They've got some players like
Kyle
Posey and Crawford and Belt who are just...
They'll bite their lip and won't go talk.
Exactly.
But yet we got the Silver article about some of the vets whispering. Allegedly.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just... If Ayuk and it's not. It's the San Francisco 49ers.
By the way, you did say something that was a complete.
Let me finish this, and then we.
All right.
It's not the San Francisco Ayuks or the San Francisco Deebo Samuels. But if you think if they get 3 more performance, pedestrian-wise, number-wise, while you're watching Justin Jefferson and all CD Lamb, Steiny, you don't think these guys are like? Then that will become an issue,
right? But see, that's what I can't stand doing in football. Like they're 1-2, and if you're like, man, if Ayuk has 3 more games, well, let's see what happens the next.
But they're competitors. Like, it ain't. But the notion of a receiver being mad because he ain't putting up numbers and maybe they're losing.
But that could be any team at any moment, right? If Ayuk doesn't have 3 good games.
Right. I'm just saying it could be another pimple or zit or obstacle
what about
from
Stephon Diggs in Buffalo? He's always 2 games away from being pissed off.
But the best deodorant is winning. And if you're not doing both, then I just think stuff will come to the forefront. But go ahead. What did I do? You're like, oh, you know what you said. You forgot.
That wasn't cool. Is that how I sound?
Yeah, that was.
Mark Willard brought up the Ayuk and Shanahan rift.
Yeah.
And you said
you were watching me. I felt like Rocky.
You were team
Mick
Shanahan last year.
No, I said team Ayuk.
No, you said Shanahan.
Oh, well, then I misspoke.
Because
you know that. You should have checked.
I was gonna, but I didn't.
Get in the caddy, and I'm gonna send you a text that I know. He knew I was team Ayuk.
All right,
I didn't
just misspoke.
No, you misheard.
How about that?
Who was that? Yeah,
Guru. I'm batting 97% when we do this.
What's 97%?
That I remember correctly.
Right.
Let's go to Joel in Berkeley. What's up, Joel? How you doing, man?
Doing well, fellas. How you doing today?
Doing well.
Hey, a couple of things. I just want to let Guru know that there's a silver lining. And we could put our energy into what's going right. A lot of people like to watch defense, like me. I'm a linebacker from way back in the day. I am digging the Niners this year. Bang, bang, Niner gang. That defense rocks. And I love watching them 3 and out, everybody.
Hey, Joel.
It's glorious.
Joel, I got a question for you since you played linebacker. Yes, is there a way for them to start turning teams over? As good as they are, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you see Greenlaw doing it all the time. I mean, when somebody stands him up, that's a couple of bright spots.
Like that's the thing. Awesome. No, but I mean that to me is how they get great. Is they didn't have any turnovers against the last game.
Yeah, Denver.
And week 1, I think they only forced 1. So
yeah, I hear what you're saying. But what if I told? Okay, I'm gonna give you a stat. Last year, Dallas had 27 turnovers defensively, led the league. But they weren't the best defense. Because if you don't get those turnovers, they ain't 3 and out yet. You can move the ball on them. So to me, this is a better display of defense. Obviously, you want the turnover and get off the field. But Steiny, this is probably the best D in the league. But how long can they last with the recipe of what we've seen in Denver? And if you want to be a prickler, I made that.
Stickler.
Okay. They've given it up in the end. But you get that cap of, boy, they were dominant for 57 minutes of the game. But if this offense is going to continue to do what they did, then how great are they when we look at the Tampa Bay, Warren Saps, Bucks, Ray Lewis? You know what I mean? Like,
to me,
like Sunday, you cannot say the D gave it up. But the
bottom line is this. To me, the name of the game is turnovers.
Oh.
Absolutely. And I'll bet you, if you look at last year and you rank the teams positive to negative turnovers, what you're going to find is the top 10 teams are probably in the playoffs.
No doubt.
So I would actually rather have bend but don't break and make big plays on defense rather than like you got to turn the ball over.
Every coach would agree with you, Steiny.
Like when you're playing a really good offensive team and you're looking at them saying, well, they're going to have 12 possessions. 3 a quarter. But you know what? If we turn them over 2 or 3 times, they only get 8 or 9. It's like, that's huge.
I get that.
But I'm not saying they're not
don't want to be out there going 3 and out.
I'm not saying they're not a good
play,
defense.
Bang, pick off, and we're off the field. Because they're tiring, Steiny. And nobody.
Guru, can you answer this guy? Steiny, Kittle has the record for most receiving yards by a tight end in a game. Hit the pike.
We want to see. That's all the more reason to make them the top 2, make them the top 3 games. Kittle, I don't know him, but I feel like I do. He's selfless. He is being underused, and yet somebody's going to text us or YouTube or Twitch us on the Comcast Business text line and say, "Oh, he's got this amount of yards." Anybody that knows the game knows that the Niners aren't using Kittle to make defenses. He's big. He's strong. He's fast. He has hands. He has every ingredient the best tight end in football has, but yet Kyle keeps him in. He keeps him in the block because he can't draft an O-line to save his life. That's why I'm scared for this team Monday against the Rams.
And this is where I'm just playing devil's advocate.
You can.
So if you're telling me Kittle is this dynamic, then Kyle's stupid. Then he's stupid. Because why isn't he using him like this?
Wow.
Or is it Kyle would say, I can't use him like that because Jimmy stinks.
From what we know now and the divorce papers being served, I would go with the latter.
Well, then
I would go with the latter.
Then it's over.
That's
Carlito and Alameda. But I'm not saying it's there yet.
Well,
Carlito and Alameda. What's up, Carlito?
Hello, gentlemen. Number one, I'm very excited for the Dick Vermeil. Whoever got that guest, oh my God, that's great.
Thank you.
I'm going to talk about the 49ers. You know what? Not enough credit has been given to how difficult it is to play in Denver. The altitude. We need home cooking. But however, if they go 1-3, that's a big hole, and we got trouble. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I agree.
They're still all right at 1-3.
Now, you don't believe.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
We should have a new segment, Steiny's temperature check each week.
Well, I gotta remain even keeled, even Steven. But I do have some questions for 49er fans. Because I think I figured out one of the issues with the 49ers. We don't know. We don't truly know about their players. We don't know if they're really good or not, their players. Here's what I mean. Like, what is Deebo Samuel? Like, what is he?
Honestly, Steiny.
What is he?
A star. He is a physical.
Okay.
You see him to the 31
he's a
on the
running
team.
back.
You know what? I won't dispute what you're saying, but he's a star running back if that's how you want to dub him. He's a star.
Okay, he had a great year last year.
Right.
Okay? He surprised a lot of people. Now Kyle says it's hard to surprise people. Deebo Samuel had 6 carries for 10 yards the other day.
5 yards.
5 yards the other day. So it's like, I get it. Deebo had a great year last year, but he's been hurt before that, and let's see if he can follow up a great year.
Okay.
He's had one great year.
No doubt.
Kyle Shanahan. What do you believe about Kyle Shanahan? Do you want to lean on? Guy is 40-44. This is his 6th year, and he's not even a 500 coach. He's not all that. Okay. Well, there's another side to it. He's been in 2 NFC championship games and 1 Super Bowl in the last 3 years. 2 out of the last 3 years, he's been in the NFC championship game or better. So, which is he? Is he a championship level coach? Or is he somebody that needs to be on the hot seat? Like, what do we know? Garoppolo. Half the fan base. Can you get it done with Garoppolo? You know what? I think we can. We got close before. It was just a matter of a play here, a play there. Okay? The other half of the fan base says, you'll never win with Garoppolo. Never. And he's proven that already. So, like who are these guys? Nobody's been consistent throughout their career. There's nobody what can we do? What can we go into the Rams game and say, here's what we can expect? You know, Steph Curry goes out on the floor. What's he get? He's got about 28 to 35. All right, Klay Thompson's going to get you about 25. Now, those are the champions, no doubt about it. But what can we expect from Jimmy Garoppolo? I don't know. Okay, what about Deebo Samuel? What can you count on him for? I'm not sure today.
He'll torch Jalen Ramsey because he owns Ramsey. But
the point is they have nothing to hang their hat on game in and game out, period. And if that's Kyle, that's Kyle. But if that's inconsistent players, then maybe it's inconsistent players. All right, we come back. I'd love to know how you react to that. 888-957-9570. It's all sponsored by Innova International.
The captain of the 49ers defense, linebacker Fred Warner, joins Damon and Ratto today at 5.
Ball came out as he got to the 35-yard line of the 49ers have it.
Fred Warner, today at 5. Sponsored by Harris Ranch Beef. Legendary beef, legendary quality.
Brought to you by On Deck Small Business Loans. When you own a small business, sometimes you need funds fast. So go to OnDeck.com, America's largest online small business lender. On Deck makes it easy to apply in minutes. Apply for your loan today at OnDeck.com.
Attention veterans. If you were stationed at Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you and your family may be victims of toxic water poisoning. Cancers, birth defects, deadly illnesses have all been linked to the contaminated water. Congress is now holding the government accountable. You could be awarded financial compensation for your suffering, but you must act now. Visit sickvets.com for your free case review by True Law. That's sickvets, like veterans.com. sickvets.com. Visit sickvets.com.
Now it's time for the closer of the week. Presented by LiftMaster and R&S Doors. Turn your garage into the envy of the neighborhood. Visit rsdoors.com.
The closer of the week is Brandon Ayuk, who shined on a dark night in Denver.
It's Ayuk inside touchdown. And Brandon Ayuk with the touchdown grab in San Francisco scores first.
Recently, my garage door opener was not working. I was in need of a closer. I was put in touch with R&S Doors, and they hooked me up with a brand new garage door opener from LiftMaster. With LiftMaster's MyQ connectivity, my garage door opener can be controlled right from my smartphone. You'll know when a door or gate has been left open and can close it with a tap, no matter where I am. Be one of the first 10 callers and receive 20% off a LiftMaster garage door opener when you purchase a premium garage door.
Call 1-800-FIX-A-DOOR. That's 800-FIX-A-DOOR. Or visit rsdoors.com. R&S Doors. Look for the red truck.
UCSF Sports Medicine Center is dedicated to treating every type of athlete, from kids to adults, amateurs to elite professionals. As one of the best orthopedic programs in the nation, UCSF has programs to optimize an athlete's performance and the latest advancements to treat the most complex sports injuries. With locations throughout the Bay Area, now including Marin, Walnut Creek, and Redwood Shores, it's even easier to make an appointment today. Visit ucsfhealth.org so you can get cleared to play. UCSF Health, redefining possible.
Why does Comcast Business power more businesses than any other provider? It has technology solutions that put you ahead, like the fastest, reliable network and serious savings. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security. Together for just $69.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New 50 megabits per second internet. Security edge customers only. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable based on RootMetrics US report. Results vary, not an endorsement.
Get a cash offer for your car, truck, or SUV today at your local Bay Area Chevy dealers. Selling has never been easier. Just bring it into a Bay Area Chevy dealer, get a free appraisal, and we'll make you a cash offer on the spot with no obligation to buy. We buy any make or model, paid off or not. Find your local Chevy dealer at BayAreaChevroletDealers.com.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're gonna sing it.
We're singing words now.
We'll even sing the business part.
Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive.
Now that's a commercial you'll remember, even if you don't remember the bundle and save with Progressive part.
We're singing that commercial.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
This is the end of the jingle. A jingle about insurance.
A hot shower should be hot. A Navien tankless water heater makes sure your hot shower is hot or warm or mostly hot, but not quite hot, but warmer than warm. Whether you take it in the morning, after work, doesn't matter. Do you want a quick rinse or a full-on luxurious, I think I'm in heaven spa-length investment of time? Your choice whenever you want it. A Navien tankless water heater keeps your hot water hot. Backed up by Navien's powerful warranty. Get the hot water you need whenever you need it, period. At tanklessmadesimple.com.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Bianna's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Chris Cuomo is back with a new show on a new network. Cuomo premieres on News Nation Monday, October 3rd at 5 p.m. Pacific. To find News Nation on your television provider, go to newsnationnow.com/join us.
Elton John's Farewell Yellow Brick Road Tour continues with 2 shows at Levi Stadium on October 8th and 9th. For more info and tickets, head to 957thegame.com/events.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you may be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to GetRefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMC FM at HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Stinks. Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
All right, coming up in a half hour, Dick Vermeil. Man. I don't want to talk about his Rams. I talk about the Eagles. Wilbert Montgomery.
Harold Carmichael. Let's keep going.
You don't want to.
Ron Jaworski.
You'll get beat in that game.
Ron Jaworski.
You'll get beat in that game.
I love the young people.
Yeah, because I ran out. That was my big
Bill
three.
Berge. Remember Bill Berge, the linebacker?
No, no.
Andre Waters.
I know he could hit.
Dirty Waters.
Yeah. Herm Edwards.
McWho? Yeah.
Huh?
Herm Edwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got fired.
Yeah. They say some
unceremoniously.
Yeah. Some dirt was going on.
Well,
recently got let go too.
Yeah.
Arizona State.
Yeah.
The night after, like 5 minutes after their last game, they told him.
Tough
see
one.
that video?
Is there a video out?
Well, there's a video after they lost their last game.
Okay.
He was talking to the athletic director and somebody else, maybe the president, and they were just I think that
let him
probably
get to the house.
Let's pull the plug.
Call him the next day.
Maybe he quit. He might have quit at that point.
See it.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy.
Polo, San Mateo. What's up, Polo? Mm-hmm.
Nothing much, man. Just chilling.
Sure.
Hey, I want to say this.
Yeah.
Who is Cal Shanahan with all these players that he got with Kittle and Brandon Ayuk? We don't know. We know what he is with Matt Ryan and Julio. There's a good duo right there. You know, star receiver. A big tall receiver that they had. We don't have that over here. That's what Kyle Shanahan wants and could have got with Jamar Chase, but didn't get that. At this point, I don't even know what to say. I think we should ask Steve Kerr. He should ask Steve Kerr how to utilize the stars that he had on the 49ers.
You know what I think? I have this written down.
Uh-oh.
I got something that'll help Kyle Shanahan, and I'm dead serious. You know who he needs? He needs a Raymond Ritter.
Wow.
In his life.
Or double.
Raymond Ritter is...
This is great. I'm listening.
PR director, but he's more than that for the
legendary
Golden State Warriors.
PR director.
He essentially, he's a media relations guy, but he's more than that. But the bottom line is, Raymond Ritter has nothing but Steve Kerr's best interest at heart.
Wow.
Everything Raymond Ritter does for Steve Kerr, it's in the best interest of Steve Kerr and the organization, always. So there'll be, let's say the Warriors will practice, and then they'll be done practicing, and it's time for Steve Kerr to meet the media. Well, sometimes Raymond won't say anything to Steve Kerr, just go deal with the media. But usually the two of them meet before he sees the media, and Raymond will be like, you're probably going to get asked about this today. There's a report about Durant, or there's a writer in New Jersey who said Durant ripped you. He called you the worst coach in the Western Conference, so you're probably going to get asked about that. Other than that, there's a feature writer from Sports Illustrated. Any chance I can get you him for 5 minutes? Yeah, sure, no matter. Like that.
Wow, man.
Kyle Shanahan doesn't have a guy like that. Like, do you think Kyle Shanahan right now knows tomorrow he's going to get asked about Jimmy Garoppolo in a big way?
No.
I'm not sure. But I know that when he gets it, he'll kind of be annoyed.
Well, you know what?
It's like he has.
Yes, he knows.
Okay,
he's being
well then
that whole with the yes, but
he needs somebody to help him read the room.
Wow, man,
is what he does need.
I think he's failing at that.
I do too. Joe in San Jose. Hey, Joe.
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen?
Hey.
Let me tell you what's wrong with this team. I'll tell you what's wrong with this team. This team can't come back. They're down points, and everybody in their right mind knows where the ball's going. And the problem is, Kyle Shanahan made the mess, and they're putting it on Jimmy to clean the mess. And it ain't going to happen. And like my boy Steiny always says, Kyle, hit the pipe. Have a good day.
See that, and I know you're over there like, "Goo, you're going crazy, a hamster in a cage," and you ever say something you're like, "Man, that sounds good." But my line for the ingredients for this to be a disaster, it's bigger than the football field. It's the relationship of a dude that and it's okay. You said bye-bye to. And now this season hinges on what he's going to do. And if this video gate, which I didn't even, Steiny, I remember I said, hey, this is, I told Ray, this beneath me. I'm not getting into that. But it's a thing. But again, he's already showing you, you know what? You showed me what you thought about me. I'm a half. And I'm not disrespecting Jimmy. I'm going to do it. You can say whatever, going through one ear out the other. That's a detriment to the team. That's dissension.
Steiny, you can't compare the NBA to the NFL. Of course you can. When you're talking about media relations and a guy who keeps a coach up to date on what's going on.
You didn't say 2-3
Here's the bottom line, too. That's the difference between Steve Kerr and Kyle Shanahan. After practice, Raymond Ritter will get with Steve Kerr, and they'll catch up, and you know what? Here's kind of what's going on, and, what do you think? How do you think you should handle it? Okay, I'll do it this way. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Think about this for a minute. Practice is over for the 49ers. Somebody's going to come up to Kyle Shanahan.
I don't believe
everything we know about Kyle Shanahan and say, hey, Kyle, here's what's going on today. There's stuff going on with Jimmy you're going to get asked about. And I think maybe, I think we should downplay it. Not a big deal. He's not even listening to that guy. He has no interest in that guy, Kyle Shanahan. He's not going to, PR director, what do you think we should do? No. He's just going to do what he does because that's who he is.
And Raymond Ritter would have talked to him once Trey got hurt on how to go out at the media, and we wouldn't have saw the debacle, which we did see. But this is why I fool with Kerr. Remember when he got caught on tape saying, not on tape, he gets on my nerves with Trey? He owned that. He went to the podium and you think Kyle would have did that?
Caught on a hot mic?
Well,
maybe.
Well, Kerr's wasn't a hot mic. It was you could see it like.
No, it came out.
Oh, I always saw him just mouth it, and then they replayed it like, you get on my damn nerves.
No, he said it. He said he was tired of Draymond's ass.
Man.
So let's go to Will. Will's in Connecticut. What's up, Will? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? You hear me?
Mm-hmm. All you.
Hey, I'm doing well, thank you. Listening all the way from here in Connecticut.
Nice.
I've been hearing a lot of, everybody's obviously upset with the way the season's going. A lot of complaining, but not a lot of solution oriented. I mean, we went through the same stuff last year. Seems pretty similar. So I just wanted to propose a suggestion to kind of see what you guys had thought about this. In 2019, we made a midseason trade for Emmanuel Sanders, really gave the offense a boost. Same thing in 2017 when we acquired Jimmy. I wanted to know what you guys thought about. I mean, it's probably a little too early to think trade, but bringing in someone like Kareem Hunt back out of, to add to our back room, since Kyle doesn't really seem to trust rookies anyway, and we've been spending third-round picks on rookies that aren't really seeing a lot of play time. Somebody to give the offense a little boost out of the back. We know we're not going to stretch the field this year, so Danny Gray might be a waste of a pick, at least this year. Don't know how much playing time he was going to see anyway. But what you guys thought about kind of trying to get a trade going if we end up 1-3 or 2-5 or we're under 500?
I mean, why is Cleveland giving him up?
Yeah, I got him on my fantasy, but again, he's not he can be a bell cow. I don't know if he fits Kyle's, like, his, you just got to be some obscure name. I don't know. And then I'm thinking, every time I think running backs, I think of Trey Sermon. Did he really get a chance? And you just shown us you exercised a draft pick and a guy, you know what system you run. Obviously, he didn't fit it. Now he's gone somewhere else. And I know, Steiny, hey, the draft is not, they all don't work out, but it's just like, this is why I dubbed this dude a genius, or I thought he knew what his guy or guys look like. Has Danny Gray caught a pass? Have they thrown a deep ball to him once? I got the answer. No. Why are you going to get these things and not use them?
Kind of makes you wonder why you called him a genius when you hadn't seen him call plays before.
No, hey, hold on. I seen what he did for RG3.
Mm-mm.
I was emotionally involved in those games. I seen what he did for Matt Ryan. He had Julio. He had 2 stud running backs. Everybody ate. But Atlanta was lethal. Where's that? Again, it must be the quarterback. It must be the quarterback.
The quarterback's better and the wide receiver's better. Please, they don't have a Julio Jones on this roster. They don't have anybody close to Julio Jones on this roster.
Well, hold on.
Not even close.
Hold on. I got 2 names. I'm not going to
say them all you want.
Tell the I was going to say it.
I'm not talking about a guy who's had a good year. I'm talking about a guy who's a legitimate star player who's done it over 3 to 5 years.
This is why I feel like you're disrespecting Debo. Forget what he is. He's a mismatch every time he steps on the field. Tell me we've seen that. He's a mismatch. And
he
if
was
you
in
think,
2021.
and you're not by yourself. See, that's what. Okay, how are you going to adjust to the others, the defense adjusting to you, Kyle? You can't be a one-trick pony. Okay, now you've seen what they've done. What are you going to do to combat it? That's what the great ones do. So us saying, "Oh, Debo's been figured out." Okay, well let's take it to a next level, Kyle. This just ain't all on Debo. And again, every defense is not Denver, but let me tell you something. When you're in and I'll tell you this, Dallas couldn't stop Debo in the playoffs. The Rams couldn't stop Debo in the play.
What if he's a gimmick? What if he's a gimmick that worked 1 year?
You don't pay gimmicks what you did, Debo.
I mean, maybe.
I don't believe you believe that. It's a valid question.
I believe he's overrated. I think all these guys are overrated.
On the Niners?
I'm dead serious. I do. And
I never.
It's because
Kyle's the biggest one, though.
I'm just saying, I don't see a Super Bowl team. And it's well, Kyle this, Kyle that. It's you know what? I don't see a Super Bowl team no matter who's coaching. I saw instability at quarterback at the start of the season, and now I see absolutely mediocre play at the quarterback position. I see a tight end who's supposed to be dynamic, who isn't, at least now. All right? I see Deebo Samuel off to a bad start. Ayuk, doghouse half of last year. 140 yards through, all I'm saying is why the offensive line's in shambles. Everybody seems to agree. Everybody talks about everything that's wrong with this team, so why do you think they're going to the playoffs? That's what I don't get. Do they really have a Super Bowl window? with Garoppolo at quarterback, with this offensive line, with these weapons that are all underachieving.
Well, I'll tell you what, Steiny, they got one game away from the bowl for the second time in 4 years, as you talked about, 3 years, as you talked about. And that wasn't all just defense.
Marco in Pittsburgh. What's up, Marco? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, guys? Great show. Love hearing you guys. Hey, this team is going through an identity crisis, the offense at least, and that's because of Kyle Shanahan. It's a reflection of him as a coach. I think you don't see that on the defensive side. I see DeMarco Ryan's chest pumping, going after, getting guys excited. Shanahan is bland. He's beige. And I even question if he wants to be the coach of the 49ers right now.
Wow.
Now, he said something that hit me in the cardiac muscle.
What?
There are 3 units to a football team. Offense, defense, and special teams. All ran by different coaches. Robert Saleh parlayed his defensive unit and their success to a head coaching job. I was worried. D'Amico Ryan, I don't know. Now they're running around like crazed bandits. His stock is up.
Who's that?
D'Amico Ryans.
Okay.
And the defense is the best part. Kyle, what's up with the one specialty that you do and bring? You got Matt Steinmetz saying they didn't, and you ain't the only one. They didn't figure Debo out. The bubble sweeps, the jet screen. Where's the adjustment? And maybe that's why they blow 10-point leads, because you stay steady Freddy and you never go for the jugular. Something's up, man. That's why I said, you know what? If he wins it, maybe he'll have to lose his gig and then sit down like Herm, think about it, because he'll get another chance, and then go Andy Reid and get it somewhere else. Right now, I don't believe this dude can look in the mirror and thinks he does anything wrong. I really believe he thinks his hands are clean on the Trey Lance injury.
Well,
and the running.
Why?
When you told us at every turn, real quick, Steiny, you told us at every turn this dude was a drop back passer, and you were scared to show us, let the man throw. I'm not just saying that. So the people on Twitch, YouTube, Comcast Business Text Line,
what?
Back up off me.
No.
It ain't too many. Just one dude, Hugh Jardon on YouTube said my shirt sucked. Kind of hurt me a little bit. But anyway, come on, Steiny. You get to
have it both ways.
Can get me to Santa Clara,
have it both ways.
I'll go out there tomorrow. I'm ready.
For what?
To ask Kyle questions. They're throwing softballs. And I'm ready now. I will go in there like we're doing. Kyle, hey, you feel like you really didn't have anything to do with Trey Lance getting hurt?
He would say, I never said that.
Now, I didn't expect that rebuttal. He wouldn't say that. That threw me off.
Oh, God. Kyle would make mincemeat out of you.
I'm ready.
Oh, man.
Send me on a mission.
Oh, he would.
No, not to be disrespectful. Hey, Kyle.
Careful.
What'd you think Jimmy said? Everybody's making a big deal of what Jimmy said coming off the field.
Oh.
He looked upset about the play calling. Have you two talked?
I'm not actually sure what you're talking about.
Well, it looked like he used some profanity coming on an incomplete third down pass. He came off the field and mouthed something to the effect. Kyle?
Well, how do we know? I don't understand even the context.
Well, a lot of people on the people on...
Where was this?
On the field against Denver. Late third quarter, incomplete pass.
So how do people even know this?
Because oh my God! Maybe
I'm not familiar with anything you're talking
maybe
about.
I'll stay here with you, right?
No, listen. I've been working. I've been in front of a computer working on schemes against the Rams. Now, explain to me what happened again, because I don't know.
Your quarterback, your starting quarterback,
all right.
Your second one, another one was hurt. Came off the field after an incompletion, and another empty possession, and was caught on camera using some profanity. And it looked like he was displeased with the play calling. A lot of people are writing articles on the radio talking about, are you guys good? You and Jimmy, can you speak to that?
Oh, we're
your
good.
Relationship?
Yeah, Jim.
You guys on the same page?
Oh, absolutely. Why do you think we went out and
Well, you got 10
kept him
points against Denver Sunday night.
Excuse me. Are you going to let me finish, or Or are you just going to accost me? Who are you, by the way?
Daryl the Guru Johnson, 95.7 The Game, 12-3.
Obviously, I've got
Evan Giddings, our producer.
Obviously,
I'll mess around that.
Obviously, I have a great relationship with Jimmy because he's back. If Jimmy and I didn't have a great relationship, he would have never agreed to stay here. But he did. And yeah, it's like any relationship and stuff. You know, we've got our ups and downs, but football's an emotional game. It's an emotional game and stuff. And I would expect him to be upset because that shows he cares.
Well, let me ask you this, Coach, and I appreciate that. Jimmy said he's not in game shape.
No, he's not.
You guys are 1-2. Yeah. Is this a 3-4 week process? When do you expect, or when can Niner fans expect him to be in game shape? And what can you do, or what are you going to do to help facilitate that?
Well, it's not my job to get a guy in shape. I mean, these kids got to be motivated by themselves, especially a veteran like Jimmy Garoppolo. It's not my job to get him into shape. That's the athletic trainer's job. So you won't
cut back his reps during the week?
Why would I cut back his reps
save him?
If I need him to get into better shape?
He's tired. I don't know, Coach. He's telling you he's tired.
Okay.
Arm was barking. That was his turn. That was his verb. His arm was barking.
So let me get this straight. We have a guy who's not in good shape. You want him to work less. Isn't he going to get in worse shape?
Coach, I just asked the questions that the people want answers to. I'm not a trainer.
Obviously. Because I like to get my players in shape, and they've got to work hard to get in shape.
Chosen one, again on YouTube, ding, ding, if I Guru Treat, Guru Snack, said, well, what's the point of getting a weapon if you're not going to use it? And Brandon stand up. No, well, you throw your hand up.
You get to have it both ways. It's got to be fun.
Does that bother you?
It's got to be fun for you. Hell, man.
It got to be fun for you to just ostracize my takes and not
ostracizing.
Have one.
My take is that it's early in the season, and I believe they're still going to make the playoffs because the NFC is not very good.
See,
and because what's wrong with that?
I'm not mad at you, but I want to football or radio wrestle you because you're not showing any confidence in the powers to be to fix their own backyard.
I just said they're going to go to the playoffs, Guru.
But a big part of that is what's going on in everybody else's yard.
No,
what about what's going on here, Steiny?
And who cares? I think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't care how.
All right.
Who cares? I think they're going to make the playoffs.
But they're not a threat to win the Super Bowl.
I don't know that yet. It's only week 3.
I'll tell you who does. If he can play this sound. He joined the roast this morning, Bomani Jones. Let's hear it.
With regard to the offense, I think the thing that's probably happened as much as anything else is what happens to just about anybody who blows the world away with their offense at first. Everybody else starts running it, and also everybody else has a lot more time to pay attention to what it is. They start figuring out ways to get around it. Now, to me, and I could be wrong here, I don't know if there's something wrong with the offense as much as your quarterback just isn't good. And I know that people have a bit of an emotional attachment to Jimmy Garoppolo that I find to be peculiar, but he just ain't it, and he hasn't been it, and every sign that the world gives us that he's not it, you got people that jump up and try to be like, oh, no, but Jimmy's a winner. That's not how things work, man. Like, the dude who closes his eyes and throws an interception in the Super Bowl, that ain't what winners do. The dude that runs out the back of the end zone, that's not what winners do. And so I have just found a lot of his decisions, less as coach than personnel man, to be absolutely like maddening and confusing. Like, I think he's put together an incredible roster and has done a great job with that. And I do think he's got an offense that by and large has a very high floor, but this team ain't going to get it done with the backup quarterback. But can you blame a head coach for not being able to get it done with the backup quarterback, even if the backup was the starter before?
Okay, without being a jerk.
Okay.
Because I like him.
Yeah.
What the hell did he say that we didn't already know? Jimmy's average. The offense looks peculiar. Like, we know all that. Yeah. All he did was regurgitate everything we know.
No, what he did to me, and I like him too, Steiny, he blamed Jimmy. When Jimmy has shown you, I can take you to the Super Bowl in 19, and guess what, y'all? I can follow that up when I'm not hurt with a trip to the NFC Championship game. So I'm standing up for Jimmy in this sense. Had we've been managed different, Bomani,
I thought
and
he
our
was
coach
saying
kept
Jimmy's
his foot
not
on the pedal, he said that. I'm disagreeing with him saying, Jimmy's showing you can almost get it done.
Well, again, that's the argument. The argument is half the fan base thinks he can get it done. half the fan base think he's terrible.
Okay.
It's like that's kind of my point. Like we know that's where everybody's at right now.
Well, the common denominator for me is you go get your new toy in Trey Lance and go to Chicago where everybody expected you to win by 100 and lose.
Yeah.
Well, and Jimmy wasn't there. He was on sideline, but come on. Like, that's a theme. You can't do it with Mullins. You can't do it with Beathard.
By the way, Kittle had his best year with Mullins.
Is that fact?
I think so.
Oh, my God.
Well,
but still, you might be. I think I heard it.
Thank
you might be right.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought somebody gave that to you. I thought you had that off the top.
All right. Dick Vermeil coming up on the other side. If you don't know who he is, let me tell you something. He's the man. Great, great football coach and a great man. And I'm pretty sure he likes his wine. Hey, take us and all your favorite shows with you wherever you go. Download the free Odyssey app. You can also listen to Monday Night Football every week. Tonight, it's an NFC East clash as Saquon Barkley and the Giants. We'll be right back.
Damon and Ratto, live on Twitch and YouTube.
I want to talk about this defense. This is a defense that you absolutely want to buy stock in right now, and the season is basically now in the hands of this defense. That's it. Boys, it's on you. And there is absolutely no doubt that all of the frustration that the 49ers have given us this year have been on Kyle's side of the ball.
Just go to Twitch or YouTube and search 957 The Game.
Does your heart long to wander? To encounter colorful creatures from the deep blue sea? And amazing animals from the Amazon and beyond? Feed your wild heart. Travel the world right here in San Francisco. Make your reservation to the California Academy of Sciences at calacademy.org. See rare specimens, ancient fossils, and more at our new exhibit, Hidden Wonders.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Ucsf, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking Account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc. Subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Do you have neuropathy? Are you experiencing numbness, tingling, and pain that just won't stop? Are you taking dangerous drugs that have serious side effects and never fix the pain? If so, please listen to this message. Neuropathy is a serious, progressive condition that only gets worse if not treated properly. Call SF Bay Wellness at 844-94-NERVE to get back to doing the things you want to do. There is no drug, exercise, or surgery that can heal nerves. Don't wait until your condition gets worse and stops you from living your life fully. SF Bay Wellness has a time-tested, proven track record of helping hundreds of patients to improve and reverse their neuropathy. If you're ready to regain your independence, contact SF Bay Wellness at 844-94-NERVE. Call now for your $99 neuropathy special and receive a personal treatment plan that is tailored to your needs. Call 844-94-NERVE. That's 844-94-NERVE and start to enjoy life again.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-200-1966. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-200-1966. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-200-1966. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
Kirby is your driveway mechanic. They bring the shop to you with brake replacements, oil changes, washes, and so much more. Get $50 off your first oil change with code OIL50 at Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com and use code OIL50.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-555-1509. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-555-1509. That's 800-555-1509. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-555-1509. 800-555-1509.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
All righty, let's get right to it. He's a Hall of Fame coach, 15 years as a head coach of the Eagles, Chiefs, and Rams. He won Super Bowl 34 with the Rams. But I'll tell you what, more important, he is the original sleeper in the office. Dick Vermeil was the first gentleman coach that I've ever heard to sleep in the locker room back when you were the Eagles coach. Remember that, Coach?
I do. I wasn't smart enough to make it easy.
You know, it's funny because I grew up in Reading, and I'm thinking of Don Tollefson and Action News and Jim Gardner, and I remember them doing a story on you sleeping in the office.
And I couldn't get it done fast enough, I guess. I don't know, but I wore a lot of people out, including myself.
Hey, let me ask you this. Obviously, we're out in San Francisco, and the 49ers have tried something kind of interesting by bringing Jimmy Garoppolo back as a backup. Trey Lance got hurt. Before the season started and you had heard that the 49ers were bringing Garoppolo back, just what were your thoughts on that?
Well, I thought it was great that they bought. I thought very good stand. It was a very good general manager movement. It was a very good head coach decision together because there aren't many guys like that around that have that experience, that if your starter does go down, he can go in and play as well, if not better.
Dick, let me ask you this. I know the game's changed some, but when you look at Kyle Shanahan's style on offense when it comes to the running backs, it's by committee. It's not a bell cow. Is that how you would do it? Is that how you prefer it? Because I'm telling my partner, they're suffering injuries left and right, but I feel like they need that old Roger Craig back there. It may help the offense better.
Well, I definitely think the harder you work them in training camp, and the more you run them, the better they get, the stronger they get, and the more resistant they get to injury. That's my attitude. I've always believed that. They've really taken this approach through all
sports, especially like the pitchers in Major League Baseball, and everybody. They're working them less and expecting them to get better, and I don't think it happens. But I don't question what Shanahan does or those guys, because I think they're excellent football coaches, and a lot of people are doing things different than us old timers. Believe me.
Let me ask you, and we're talking to Dick Vermeil, former head coach in the NFL. He's a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. In each of your three stops, I kind of feel like Philly, Kansas City, and LA. Your teams weren't the same. I feel like the Philly team, while you could throw it, was basically a run team with Wilbert Montgomery. Then you threw it in LA. What is it that you saw in Philly that made you play a certain style, in LA to play a certain style, and then in Kansas City to play a certain style?
Well, really, I think the 70, 80 styles of football, we were all pretty much the same. There's more diversification in the game offensively today than ever before, but we all ran the ball more than we threw. Play action passes, drop backs, yes, and screens and quick screens and that kind of stuff. And I gradually opened my offense up there as I went along, when I brought Sid Gilman in to help with me and that kind of stuff. And the Harold Carmichael I had there, we found better ways to get him the ball and these kind of things. But after leaving coaching, then coming back 14 years later, I knew I couldn't be my own offensive coordinator. I could be the head coach and hire somebody to be my coordinator to do what he wanted and I wanted and the rest of the offensive staff wanted to do. And we end up with, what is going to be 5 Hall of Fame players on the same side of the ball, and they could all move, run, and catch. And we end up with 2 quarterbacks that could throw extremely well. Trent Green goes down, but Kurt Warner comes in and plays at a Hall of Fame level. You had to do what they did, and Mike Martz did a beautiful job of directing the offense to fit the personnel and fit the program that we had been building, prior to him getting there. So it ended up in a world championship, so I don't second guess that. When we go to the Chiefs, I bring Al Saunders with me. We now have Trent Green again. We have great running back in Priest Holmes. We're a little short on the receivers. We have a great Hall of Fame tight end in Tony Gonzalez, a Hall of Fame right guard, and Will Shields, a Hall of Fame left tackle, and Willie Rofe. We could do about anything we wanted to do. What we couldn't do is stop anybody.
Coach, I remember your post-game pressers, and you wore your heart on your sleeve. You said how you felt. And I know there's cameras, Twitter, and all this social media, but now, Kyle Shanahan, his post-game pressers, there seems to be not attention, but I call it, I don't feel like he's natural. How did you approach the post-game pressers, and what do you make of it now? How difficult is it for these coaches nowadays?
Well, there's so much more, as you guys know. There's so many people reporting on the game, evaluating the game, the computers, everything. It's just magnified by 50 from what it used to be in the 70s. It was more so, and when I came back in the 90s, it was more so. And on into 2003, 4, 5, it kept growing, and now it's exploded. There's so many different ways to find out what's going on in the NFL right now. It's hard to pick up what you want to decide to read or listen to or watch. It's just, and the critics are out there. Critics are out there. I think it's much tougher to please a high percentage of the media. And the only thing you can do is just be yourself. Be honest, tell the truth, and move on.
Dick Vermeil joining us on 95.7 The Game. I want to talk about the noise, which I think you were referring to, and it certainly goes on, and that's one of the great things about football. How aware of the noise are you, or were you when you were a coach? In other words, what the fans were thinking. Hey, maybe Vermeil should go with this guy at tight end. Hey, Vermeil, what's going on with the defense? Like, did you know the temperature of the fan base, and is that important?
I think, it's getting obvious to feel the temperature of the fans. They're all louder. They're all more intense. They're all paying a lot more money to sit in that stadium and watch the game. I think it magnifies their commitment. I know in Philadelphia, the old crowd, the old Vet Stadium guys, I don't know how many of them own those seats anymore, but the crowd is intense. In Kansas City, the crowd is passionate, not quite as intense as it is in Philadelphia, but Philadelphia is a combination of passion and intensity all rolled up in one person, you know. And St. Louis was a little different. It took a while to get them to join us, but you could feel it as we started playing well. In '99, you could really feel and move from a baseball fan to a football fan. And but I just think there's more noise from the fans today than ever. You know, the scoreboards promote it, the media promotes it, the fans promote it in the parking lot pregame, the parking lot festivities when you go to a stadium today. It's amazing. They're at 9 o'clock and they're 3 or 4 hours before the game starts, you know.
Coach, let me ask you this. You faced the 49ers a few times in your career. What was the best 49er team that Dick Vermeil had to go up against?
Well, you know, I was fortunate I didn't have to coach against my best friend, Bill Walsh, okay? But I would say Dave Mariucci's team that I coached against anyway in
Interesting.
was one of them, and that would have been 1998 when they were playing. I think the Ram team that I lost to in 1979 when they went on to the Super Bowl was an outstanding football team. You remember that team?
Yeah.
Ray Malavasi and the group, Vince Ferragamo, and that's the Ram team, not the 49ers. That shows you freaking how old I am. But anyway, I would say then, to me, it was the Dave Mariucci team, and it wasn't as good in '99 when we beat them. It took the Rams 17 games to finally beat them. Remember, they lost to them 17 times in a row.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Remember people saying, "Oh, same old Rams," you know.
That's right. That's right. Dick Vermeil joining us on 95.7 The Game. Dick, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
All right. Hey, guys. Yeah. Go 49ers. I'm an old-time 49er fan.
Absolutely. You grew up in Calistoga, right?
You bet. Listening to him. You bet. Frankie Albert. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dick. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Dick Vermeil.
San Jose State, too, huh? The Spartans. He's great.
Kyle hears the noise, right?
Do you think, with what we do in the times that you were a writer, that we'll use me as an example, we'll put you in there. Do you think we don't know how hard it is for these post-game pressers for all coaches in sports?
I don't think it's that hard.
He said just be yourself, and that's what I would
You know what? He's absolutely right.
Steve Kerr is himself.
You look at he's back, okay, in a town like Philly, that's the only like Buddy Ryan, they loved Buddy Ryan in Philly. Why? Because Buddy Ryan's Buddy Ryan. Dick Vermeil's Dick Vermeil.
So
you know
there's
what I mean?
no act.
But you know what? Is Gabe Kapler really Gabe Kapler? They couldn't stand him in Philly.
Because they know real ones, or they sense real ones.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Or an act.
But I do think after a while, people figure you out.
But if you're being real, Steiny, I guess that's not a bad thing. Like, we talk about Steve Kerr. Oh, he voices the politics. He'll say, like, that's who he is. And people, you know, they gravitate to that. Like when you say, how could we figure out something that's real? All you know is that's a pretty good guy. Might not be perfect, you know, but.
I mean, I just, like, with Kerr, and if you want to jump into the conversation, 888-957-9570.
Because I'm going to bring up a guy.
Is the number. Go ahead.
It gets on your nerves.
Who?
Popovich.
What about him?
Like, that was an act. From all accounts, he's a great guy.
Right.
But that stuff after the game, that was an act or being a bully.
It's different when I think when you've won titles.
Damn.
If you win titles, you get to be that way. And it almost emboldens you. Now, the thing with Popovich is, you know, clearly he talks down to the media, but does not talk down to his players and his peers. Like, that's obvious to me. He just doesn't have nearly the respect for the media that he does for any of his peers. So he's going to be like that. But look, Kapler, people thought was a little bit phony, for sure. Kyle, I don't think anybody thinks he's phony, but, you know, is he a little arrogant? Yes, he's arrogant. But my big thing with Kyle Shanahan is It's almost like he won a Super Bowl, even though he didn't win a Super Bowl. He acts like he's won a Super Bowl, and the media treats him like he's won a Super Bowl.
That's his last name, I believe.
Well,
that he's playing
right.
into that. Okay.
That ain't right.
But I feel like
because a lot of the media liked his dad.
Yeah.
That's not right. Mike in Milpitas. How you doing, Mike? What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I had a simple question, and only you two guys have the wisdom to answer it, and here it is. If you guys pick any coach, if each one of you could pick a separate coach, pick any coach that you know quite a bit about in your own mind, and ask yourself, if they were the 49er coach this right now for the next game coming up, what would that coach do that Kyle's not doing? Think in terms of the way you've seen that coach. I'll take the answer off there.
That's a great question.
That is fun.
And I don't know how to answer that, but then again, I'm not the guy saying Kyle's misusing everybody. And Kyle doesn't throw to Kittle enough, and Kyle doesn't get Debo the ball as much, and Kyle doesn't my only assumption is that the reason he doesn't let Jimmy Garoppolo throw deep is because Jimmy Garoppolo's not good at throwing deep. So I don't know what Bill Belichick would do. But it couldn't be the same thing if you think Kyle should be fired and you bring in Bill Belichick. How would they look different on Sunday? It's a good question.
Yeah, I was thinking the great coach, former coach, Jimmy Johnson.
Fair. Okay.
The defense would look the damn exact same. But, Steiny, they would be trying to get the ball to Ayuk, Kittle, and Debo Samuel in the air. They would do the jet sweep. That's what I'm talking. That's what he did. He don't have that killer instinct.
I don't know if it's... I don't believe that.
Let me finish this, though.
I believe he doesn't think Garoppolo can do it, obviously.
Well, now you're going to say this to me, though, because I can't... I got to ask you this because I know how you're going to answer it. He went shopping. He went quarterback shopping to get something better and greater. And that was Trey Lance.
Right.
And it was a short sample size, but yet we watched one full game and that quarterback was under wraps. He did the same thing and put him in a straitjacket like he did Jimmy Garoppolo. So I'm starting to believe it's not the quarterback, it's the coaching style. And I know that's just one game. You sound like a fool for the people out there. No. This dude was supposed to have a cannon arm, Trey Lance, and you wouldn't let him let loose.
Well, the question is, are you holding Trey Lance against him right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Well,
I'm going Bomani before Bomani about Trey should have been ready last year. If he was this guy that you spent all this draft capital on, we shouldn't have had to wait. You shouldn't have had to wait. He should have been ready. This new toy should have been ready.
But
that was the sign that Trey wasn't.
Sorry.
I'm not mad at Trey.
I'm sorry, Goo.
All right.
This is where Kyle Shanahan thinks you guys are fools. Because he never said, I'm going to have him ready in a year. He never said that.
What was the point?
He just drafted a quarterback, Guru.
But when you had a
That's
team,
all he did.
No, but he spent resources to enhance a Super Bowl ready team, and you did that to wait.
We knew he's gonna. I'm just telling you what he's gonna say.
What's he gonna?
Of course, we knew we were gonna have to develop Trey Lance because we knew how raw he was.
Well, I'll tell you this about that. If you're right, and I think that's not the case because they looked their lucky asses that your Garoppolo stayed here and remained here. Because Steiny, the part of this story people are missing is your boy should be the backup should be the starter right now. And then what are we talking about? They lucked out with that.
We don't know
their
that.
asses were not covered.
Well, let's see if they make the playoffs. Because if they don't make the playoffs, he didn't help them at all.
But Brock Purdy should be Jimmy Garoppolo right now.
And would you like that?
It's not obviously.
No, I'm just asking.
I wouldn't like that. I don't think anybody would like that.
You know what?
Now, I can't rob Brock. Now, I got to give him let him go out. But do you get where I'm coming from? This dude has done what you say he's only doing to Jimmy. To me, he's done it to Trey, just in a
what
shorter
about to
time
Mullins?
period.
Did he do it to Mullins and Beathard? Did Mullins throw the ball downfield
I don't
more?
know. Normally, I'm off to
Kyle?
Jay-Z.
Kyle's brilliant.
That's wow. What did it look like? If you're telling me Kittle had his most yards I hear you.
But my point is it doesn't this is where Kyle will get you. It doesn't matter if Mullins threw downfield. Because if Mullins if you think he did throw downfield more than Garoppolo, Shanahan will say, yeah, because he has a better arm than Jimmy Garoppolo. And that's built into the game plan.
He didn't, by the way.
Yeah. So he didn't trust Mullins either. You know what I mean? Or it was either going to be the former or he's going to say, or we're going to say he hasn't trusted any quarterback he's had yet.
Okay, and if it's not Trey, oh my Lord, what quarterback is it going to be before you take the training wheels
Brock
off?
Purdy. Who knows? But yes, I'm not saying you're wrong or I disagree with you even. I'm just saying Kyle Shanahan would dismiss out of hand that he gave any indication that Trey Lance was going to be ready right away.
Wow. And I just
and this is the thing about Kyle Shanahan that I believe, and this is where his arrogance comes in, and you can tell me if you agree or disagree, 49er fans. The mere fact, if Kyle Shanahan heard somebody say, Trey Lance, we thought he was going to be ready from the jump. That's when Kyle Shanahan says, do you know anything about football? That's when he can be arrogant, in fact. That's when he doesn't have to own up to a mistake. He can say, how many Division I AA quarterbacks who played 19 games are going to come into the league right away? Do you even watch the games? Do you even watch football? Of course, Trey wasn't going to be good right off the bat. I never said that. We think he's going to be the best quarterback in 5 years, and I'm standing by that. So guess what? Deal with it.
That would be year 11.
Well, wait, for who?
For Kyle.
No,
but it feels like that. I mean, the cost has a lot to do with the anger.
You're not wrong.
What if they would have got a top O lineman? Okay, and you just wrote it out with Jimmy too, because now you're riding it out with Jimmy and you didn't want to. But what if you would have enhanced another part of your team? So you're telling me they did that, Steiny, to wait to go take a project? And this is no shade at Trey.
But they clearly felt that whoever they took at 3, because they didn't know, I don't think, who they were taking at 3, but clearly they felt whoever we get at 3, Mr. Shanahan thought, I can get him better than Jimmy Garoppolo in a year or two.
Man.
That's what I think he thought. He didn't say week 1, year 1, and I'm sure he meant he wanted to have Trey Lance sit 1 year. And I think the plan was going great until Trey Lance got hurt. He can say that. And people will say, well, geez, you ran the hell out of him. You know what he'll say? You know what he'll say?
Tell me.
Yes, we were running him a lot because over the course of the season, we were counting on him getting better and better and better and learning more and more and more and learning reads and this. So clearly we were going to begin to run him less over the course of the season. But early in the season, we felt that gave us the best chance to win. You can't get him, Goo. You can't get Shanny.
Well, he's going to get himself. And he's going to get himself. And
but it's going to take a while.
Yeah, or if they don't make the playoffs this year with Jimmy Garoppolo.
What about that?
Then all hell will break loose from the 49er fandom.
But that doesn't matter.
And it may have already done that now.
Okay, but that's just noise.
Yeah.
He'll be here game 1 next year. You think he cares? He's set for till 2025.
Well, he looks irritated.
Well, irritated is one
irritated.
thing. Well, and you know what? When he gets irritated, he'll get more dismissive of the critics.
And I'm not Dr. Phil. It's just what Coach Dick Vermeil said. You think Kyle's being himself up there?
I do.
I think he's being defensive.
Well, that's who he is. Because he's arrogant. Arrogant people are defensive. Take it from me. I'm very defensive.
Oh.
That's the way some people really don't like to be wrong. I'm one of them. I get that. But at some point, you got to grow up and say,
but when something's presented to you, you will take the L. That I know, and you're in the ball code. But you have, and I've heard you with other people.
But it's hard for me to.
I got to live. But no.
Well, I mean, it's hard for me too, but I'm just a dude on the radio. Kyle Shanahan, you got to understand, he's gotten to where he's gotten And you can't question him. He's the head coach of the Niners. You know what I mean?
Listen to what I'm saying. People like that play themselves. Have you ever had a friend that's they sing, but they suck at singing, and you don't know how to tell them they're not good at singing? You're like, man, I just can't do that to him. Kyle is on the verge of doing that to where he's being so smart, but he's being dumb to him because it's so obvious to the public that you are like, it's an act now. You're just holding on, being defiant because you think you're the smartest dude in the room. You risk that too, and I
think you're right, but he's always been this way. He's never really paid the price. So I don't like, when's he ever paid for being arrogant? Let's say he's the head coach of the Niners, the youngest head coach in the NFL. Never had a head coaching job. Gets a head coaching job with no experience. Now he's the head coach of the Niners.
What about losing the Super Bowl in 19?
Yes. Again, I'm just presenting the other side. Okay, he lost the Super Bowl. Big deal. That's better than 30 other coaches.
Well, the way you ran your prize rookie in the ground and he got hurt in week 2.
You don't get it.
Okay.
You don't get how
Guru doesn't get it.
No. I don't know. Yeah. He's just not all of a sudden going to be like, you know what? Maybe I don't know.
If he had a different owner, then maybe he would get it.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's why I keep bringing up Doug Peterson and Philly.
A different owner would have never hired him.
Ooh.
All right, 888-957-9570 is the number. Comcast Business text line always open at 888-957-9570. What the hell's going on with the Niners? We'll keep talking about it. You know why? Because it's fun on 95.7 The Game.
The captain of the 49ers defense, linebacker Fred Warner, joins Damon and Ratto today at 5.
Ball came out as he got to the 35-yard line, and the 49ers have it.
Fred Warner, today at 5. Sponsored by Harris Ranch Beef. Legendary beef, legendary quality.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you might be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to getrefunds.com/sports, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to getrefunds.com/sports. That's getrefunds.com/sports.
BART is turning 50, and we'd love to celebrate with you. Get 50% off your ride in honor of BART's 50 years of service to the Bay Area when you pay with Clipper. That's 50% off Clipper BART fares for the entire month of September. Add Clipper to your digital wallet for free. If you're eligible for other Clipper discounts like youth or senior fares, you get to take an additional 50% off those too. Details at bart.gov/50 years. That's bart.gov/50 years. Celebrate BART's 50 years of service with us this September. Let's go.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/find. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/find. That's ZipRecruiter.com/find. ZipRecruiter.com/find.
Now it's time for the closer of the week. Presented by LiftMaster and R&S Doors. Turn your garage into the envy of the neighborhood. Visit rsdoors.com.
The closer of the week is Brandon Ayuk, who shined on a dark night in Denver.
Ayuk inside touchdown. And Brandon Ayuk with the touchdown grab, and San Francisco scores first.
Recently, my garage door opener was not working. I was in need of a closer. I was put in touch with R&S Doors, and they hooked me up with a brand new garage door opener from LiftMaster. With LiftMaster's MyQ connectivity, my garage door opener can be controlled right from my smartphone. You'll know when a door or gate has been left open and can close it with a tap, no matter where I am. Be one of the first 10 callers and receive 20% off a LiftMaster garage door opener when you purchase a premium garage door.
Call 1-800-FIX-A-DOOR. That's 800-FIX-A-DOOR. Or visit rsdoors.com. R&S Doors. Look for the red truck.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Charging a cell phone can be like getting a booster shot. A booster is given to enhance or restore protection after a primary series vaccination, which wanes over time. Schedule an appointment when you are eligible. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMC FM at HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Godless.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
I want to get back to this texter on the Comcast business.
And I got one on YouTube. YouTuber.
A gentleman was asking me about my shirt, my T-shirt.
What this? Because the guys in the morning were getting on us.
It's a
Houston Astro.
No, it's a basketball team in Turkey.
I like to know the origin of. How did you get it?
You can check it out on Twitch and YouTube.
That's right.
95.7 The Game.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see. Right now we got 210 on YouTube. I got a shirt on.
You should add about 40. You say 250. Every time I say
that. One of the things that gets you in trouble is lying. Not you, everybody.
That's right.
I don't like to do that.
How much was your convention check? You lied. You put some extra on it.
213 now. Let's see if we can get up to 300. Take a look at my shirt. It's from the European Basketball League. It's a team from Turkey. And a gentleman wanted to know where I got it, or woman.
Wow.
The bottom line is you can get anything on the internet. Anything. Anything.
But that stuck out.
By the way,
to you, huh?
where are we? A little delay.
Yeah. That was
YouTube.
Fred Warner coming up with
I don't want to see Fred Warner. I want to see. There he is. There's Steiny. Steiny, what's up? What's up on YouTube, baby?
That's great. Oh. Hey, listen, the guys in the morning were getting Shafsky and Bonte about, they say we're dressing better playing to the camera. I said, not yet.
Crazy.
This This is Hawaii gear that I had to get to because the cleaners was closed.
Dude, Shasky did a 4-hour show today.
What do you mean?
He did a 4-hour show.
How did he do a 4-hour show?
He did 6 to 9.
Right.
Then from 9 to 9:30, he did the crossover, changeover. And then from 9:30 to 10, I got the last half hour in the green room.
That is great. Oh, I missed him.
Yeah, his last half hour, his 4th hour I got.
Don't you wish we could do one with Damon and Rado?
No, not really.
Well,
no,
we wouldn't get off at 3:30.
Well,
yeah, I'm
exactly.
out. Yeah. Hey, real quick.
What do you got?
Like, we got full line. So,
actually, 4 out of 5. Oh, but I shouldn't lie.
We got full line.
Don't
rob a bank with Steiny. Yeah. Hey, so I've been doing this thing on Twitter with my picks for the NFL. I never once said I'm pro. I've been hot, though. So I'm 17-28 3 weeks in. Why is it Bonte's running with like I'm the worst gambler ever? He ain't saying it, but he's insinuating it, and it's getting to me. 17-28, I'm 11 under. I'm honest.
You're a guesser. You don't gamble, you guess.
That's what all of them do. Anyway, all right, I feel better.
Thank you. Thank you, Drew Down. I appreciate it.
Drew Down.
You know what? We haven't heard from this guy in a while. We haven't gotten the doctor's notes.
Oh, man.
Let's go to Dr. Hustle in San Jose. What's up, Dr. Hustle?
What's going up, Steinman?
You tell me, baby.
Listen to this. You know what that is? That's the doctor clapping. I've been sitting back, enjoying, finally listening. 4.5 years I've been calling in saying, where's this genius offensive coordinator? I was the only one. Now all the callers, Joe Shasky said, oh, the doctor wants to run the Kyle Shanahan out of town. He's an offensive genius. What's the doctor talking about? Today he goes, what's Kyle doing? Yes, that's right. The fraud that is Kyle Shanahan, offensive genius. He's an offensive coordinator, not a head coach. I said the 49ers win to spite Kyle Shanahan. They won with great defense, with Deebo Samuel bailing them out, and the doctor hates to say it, but I said it. I told you so. I told you so. Those are the doctors.
Not a doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Hustle.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. Hey, Panja, hit the pike. Hit the pike. You keep doing your show with Willard and Dibbs. I'll take Dr. Hustle.
Dr. Anthony Fauci.
I'll take Dr. Hustle any day of the week. He tells it like it is. Not Panja, sugarcoating everything.
Nah, he was good today.
He is good.
Yeah. Sean John.
Hopefully Panja can take a joke.
Yeah, well, he can.
And sometimes people.
We go back on the
There's a couple people that, I'll tell you at the break, one guy really can't take a joke.
But you normally without him right now. When did you start being PC?
Who?
You would say who it was. Who can't take
Jim
a joke?
Kozimor.
Oh,
there you go. He's in Nashville
he jokes
now.
with the best of
Oh, he
them.
can. He didn't think I was joking once.
I remember.
He got hot, man.
The Raider
you weren't
game.
there. Yeah, it was at the Raider game.
Yeah. Hey, Sean John. See, this what?
Nah, wasn't that friendly. He was hot.
You don't
I
know that
apologize
he's
to
irritated.
him. How about that? This is more important. This is about being a big man.
I feel like my kids just interrupted me. Go ahead.
Hey, now you know what it's like for Matt Steinmetz to co-host 12 and 3. Yeah, I said it. He took something I said the wrong way. He jumped me and.
Did you interrupt or you let him get it all out?
Yeah,
when some people go off, you got to wait till it's here. Okay.
Yeah, and then I got home and it was really bothering me. It was bothering me, and I called him and said, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that."
Like when you and Willard got into it, you should have called him that day.
I didn't.
Did you call him?
No. Willard ain't no Kozimor.
We love you, Will. But listen, Sean John.
No. Willard and I have communicated twice after shows.
Oh, then that's my teammates.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Willard's my guy.
You and I, we'll just see you the next day.
You wanted to say something.
Sean John for the 4th time on YouTube, Steiny. You don't know that Kyle was irritated because the media, like you guys, attacked his character, insinuating he injured Lance on purpose.
Yeah, not me.
No malice.
That's you.
Or Guru thinking he knows Kyle's heart.
There you go.
No, I'm just hey, I'm not saying he did it on purpose. I'm not that dude. I'm saying you didn't give a rat's ass if he got hurt because you wouldn't have called those plays. My point is, in that post-game presser, it was all about how dare you I didn't like that. What do you call that? His whole aura.
But that's
that dude was. It didn't match.
Right. Listen, you're right.
Cracking jokes. Jimmy's still cute.
Well, you know what? And I'm dead serious. You're right. You're absolutely right, but I'm telling you, right after a loss, these guys can get defensive. It's like if we walk out after a show.
But that's being phony. Dick Vermeil said be yourself. If you're not that way.
No. He is himself.
Oh, okay.
Just because you're yourself doesn't mean you're golden.
All right.
It just means you have to have a chance at being golden. And no, I just think it would be like you and I get done with a show, and because I have a problem with this. You and I get done with a show. I know it wasn't a good show because I know I didn't play well. And we're walking out, and Nahegan goes, "Hey, Steiny, come in here for a sec." And I'm like, I know. I stunk today. I don't want to hear it from you now. I know, and I'm going to beat myself up over it.
Look.
So he goes to the post-game press conference, and somebody sticks it in him about Trey Lance. And you know what?
Yeah.
Like Nahegan's like, what was that today? And I would say, what do you mean, what was that today? Yeah, you weren't very good. Who said? Even though I know I was bad, I'm defensive.
Oh.
That's the way.
Yeah.
See, I know Kyle because I don't know Kyle.
When the boss hit you with the pregnant pause, he's like,
Which
one? Nothing. That's my guy.
What do you mean?
The boss. I was going down a road. He just turned back.
Okay.
For me.
So, looking back at it, you don't know how I could have made a connection on it.
Oh, no, I totally do.
Oh.
Then I tried to make it about me.
Oh, okay.
And I went down terrain I had no business going down.
All right.
So I hit a U-turn.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Peter and Marin. What's up, Peter?
Hey, guys.
How are you, man?
Hey, man. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Good
Doing
show
great.
today.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to say, I think Dr. Hustle was onto something, but not only is Kyle Shanahan not a very good head coach, he is a downright awful GM and roster construction specialist. I mean, he basically had an opportunity to have a fully built out roster that was Super Bowl ready, and all he needed was a quarterback. But instead, he decided to go out and draft a guy who, like you said, needed 3 to 5 years of seasoning to be good. Well, that doesn't fit. The timing just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
There's just so many parallels to me between the Warriors and the Niners. Like, we were having this exact same conversation last year about the Warriors before their season started. Is the 2 timeline thing going to work? Can they have Kuminga and Moody and Poole and Wiseman? And can they still win it and develop those guys at the same time? But what really happened?
The guys got hurt.
Wiseman got hurt.
So you had to do it by necessity.
Right. So Wiseman gets hurt.
All right.
Kuminga had less and less of a role as the season went on.
I hated that.
Moody was okay, but he was a 10th, 11th man. And Jordan Poole, who was older than those guys, stepped up.
Yeah.
So the point is the only, if Wiseman plays 80 games last year and plays 20 minutes a game, you think they win a title? No. Of course they don't. And but they won a title because some things happened and the big boys took over.
And now I feel like they have those answers to the question, and I know we'll get into Warriors later this week, that if you're right and the big 3 are going to be on a minute restriction, that's too harsh, but we're going to see the younger guys play a bigger role, but that
during the regular season.
It'll be by choice.
During the regular season.
But back to the Niners, and I know you can't compare football to basketball.
You can if you want to.
I'm giving you that
parallel.
Tell me you can't. No, I'm telling you why.
Do it.
It's like you swapped out Steph Curry for Dame Lillard. That's what Kyle did when he had something that was working. I know Jimmy's not Steph, but he was your Steph because he's the quarterback, and it was working. And you said, let me go get somebody from Timbuktu
Nobody's gonna
who
like
has
that
no
one.
experience. And this, I know he didn't say it was going to take 2 years. He was going to say, look at me, I did it, and he put your boy in there.
Here's the problem.
And that's stunning.
Here's your problem. Here's your problem.
It works for me.
Here's your problem.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to be able to accept any comparison, and I'm with them.
Okay.
You cannot compare Steph to Garoppolo. You cannot. If you're going to compare Steph to a quarterback, it's got to be Brady.
I don't know,
whoever the second best one is.
You are so right, but I'm saying by importance.
I know you are, but that doesn't still do it
justice. The quarterback is the most important position in sports.
But then that's
saying.
like, okay, then that's like saying Jimmy Garoppolo is, let me think for a sec.
The MVP of the Niners?
No, he's Jimmy Garoppolo is Donovan Mitchell. No, he's a good player, but his team's playoff team, and they lose in the first round.
But the swap is the head scratcher, Steiny.
The swap.
I'm going to go draft something while we got a good thing and spin the world on it. That's the head scratcher. Timing does not match.
I'm with you.
How about you get a bowl, one you blew in 19 Super Bowl?
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha. Man. No,
You never heard the bowl?
I didn't know where you were going. I didn't.
So at least
the answer's no, and because it's never been called.
You heard offs.
No, I've never heard.
Ponte tried to. This is the last thing about there. They tried.
Yeah, I don't like when you do.
He
this.
tried to say he invented lab, and then Chasky's like you said he never heard offs until I did it, and then they were playing me saying the offs.
Right,
kind of hurt. All right, go ahead. Back to our show.
I mean,
those are our guys.
Listen.
It had to miss Shasky.
The problem is, you guys are so young. Back to the Niners.
And hard. Well,
there's so many things that I've claimed, but you got to claim something, and there's no doubt that it's yours. You know what I mean?
The offs is mine.
I would say yes.
The lab.
I don't know.
Some say JD did.
I don't know that. Like all mine are.
Give me one.
Unquestioned. Oh, the white T-shirt. I introduced the white T-shirt to the inner city and
I never really
young
told you
culture.
This.
I'm dead serious.
The 3 shows we
I
did.
never. I never wear dark T-shirts. You know that? I always wear white T-shirts. Most of the time they're oversized.
But those aren't trends.
Most of the time they're oversized, and I did that decades ago. Well, guess what? Now the inner city, or I should say about 5 or 10 years ago.
You're claiming the long shorts.
I got that one too.
And then you said you're from Oakland, the Bay. Remember that? That hurt me.
That's not one.
That was like Dallas
but yes, the big shorts were definitely me.
Yeah,
Look at my yearbook from 1986. That was before the Fab Five.
I hate that. I feel like you're believing this.
I do. I absolutely do.
It's concerning.
I also
look how you're
introduced
thinking.
I introduced, believe it or not, the concept of retro. I introduced the whole concept of retro because in college I wore Chuck Taylors, believe it or not, even though everybody's wearing the Dr. J's, the Converse, whatever they were. But I, believe it or not, wore Converse All-Stars because their sole is by far the best sole that's ever been put on a sneaker.
But the mere fact
that people were like, look at Steiny wearing a shoe out of the 50s.
Wow.
But it was in the 80s.
What is going on here?
So you're that guy, though.
I am that guy.
You act like you're not, and you frown upon the guys that are really that guy.
But I'm willing to acknowledge when I act like I'm not, I really am.
Steiny, you have never.
I never what?
I been confused for swag.
Oh, please.
And the long shorts.
Somebody on the text me saying I look like Tatum Channing.
Wow.
Dude. I'm just telling you. Look at, you know what? I'll bring my yearbook in from 1986.
Oh, please save us all.
When did Weber call the timeout? Come on.
88.
Yeah.
89.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right about the time my trend would have started kicking in.
Right. And he would have saw you play where?
Franklin and Marshall College. Division III powerhouse.
Wow.
Division III powerhouse. Also an unbelievably renowned institution of higher learning. Get to know it. All right, the consultant. Back to the Niners.
What really?
Steiny, what's up, Goo? Good
what up?
Hey.
Yo, hey, look, I got to reframe this. I think there's a little, I wouldn't call it revisionist history, Steiny and Goo, but a little bit of looking at 2020 through a 22 lens.
All right.
I think Shanahan and Lynch did exactly the right move. Look at where they were in the offseason of 2020. They were coming off year 3 of Garoppolo, of which 2 of those years he's basically been sidelined with injuries. So you've got a guy that you went to the Super Bowl in year 2, you got injured year 1 and year 3, and you're like, hey, I've got this roster. I've got this rare opportunity where I've got a
unusually high draft pick because we did horrible because everyone was injured, including Garoppolo. And the guy's not the one for our future. Everyone's saying it. We got to make a bold move. There were 5 badass QBs on the board. Let's move to number 3. That's as high as we're going to go. And we took the best of the 3 that were available. I am happy that the team did something. They didn't sit on their laurels. They're like, we've got an opportunity. Let's do something with it. And the reality is, we haven't gotten a chance to see even if it was the right move, if they got the right quarterback. But for where it is right now, I think they made a bold move, and it was the right move. Otherwise, we'd be complaining that, hey, they did nothing and they just sat on their hands.
I'm going to meet you halfway. Well, the one thing we haven't done is, now that's something, this is where the consultants write on. When they made the pick or when they made the trade, they always said it has a lot to do with Garoppolo's durability. The 49ers said it. They never failed to say it because they were, and because that was a safe thing to say.
And it's
but
valid.
he's absolutely right. Now we all say, well, they went and got Trey because Jimmy stunk. Not altogether. They went to get Trey maybe because they had to, because they knew Jimmy hadn't held up in 2 out of the previous 4 seasons. Now, I'm with him there, but then why'd you draft Trey Lance?
And you said, what did you say to Willard and Dibbs? The idea of. They didn't even, I don't even think they were super duper 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 in love with this kid, and it was just him. It is so perplexing that Kyle did what he did and Trey Lance ended up with him. And I just feel like the 30 for 30 years down the road, we'll find out what happened with Schefter, Peter King, everybody basically getting it wrong, but did they really get it right? And did the owner have something to do with it? The way Trey Lance was, the plays that were called for him lead me to believe that wasn't Kyle's guy. I said it. And I've said it before.
Philmo Mike,
our guy.
I was trying to apologize to Philmo yesterday.
For what?
And he didn't want to hear it.
On DM?
Yeah.
Oh, man, what happened?
Nah, you know what? I took a shot at your Insta. Fillmore Mike posts pretty much every day.
Yeah.
It's a blessed day.
Oh, we both love it.
And
I hit like.
And I made a little fun of it, but I want to acknowledge I was teasing.
You gave him love for it on air. You didn't make fun. You said Mike has those inspirational quotes. Abby Davis.
I was being a little sarcastic.
Oh, wow. He fooled me, Mike.
But I do appreciate your optimism.
Well, yeah, man. Thank God for another day. We all blessed to be here.
Hey, Philmo, I got a question for you. Since I'm following you on Instagram, I seriously, dude, do you throw a party every day?
Nah, I'll be active on the weekend though, Steiny. You got to come out one time. Bring them Chuck Taylors out,
dude. You're like the king of that postcard that gets put under the windshield wiper. Big action. You rent it out.
Do you see him walk into the liquor store? I'm digging that. That's like country way.
But it feels like Philmo's got something going like 4 times a week.
I love it.
Like every Wednesday,
he's active. As they say, he's active.
What's up? All right, Philmo, give it to me.
Nah, man, I was just saying, man, Guru, I love you, but I see why Steiny be mad at you, bro.
Oh, wow.
You'll make a comparison, like you'll say something like you just said it. You was like, I love that quote. Quarterback is the most important thing in sport.
Yeah.
And Steiny get kind of mad because it's like you like the big stuff, but you don't like the in between, the in and outs. For example, if Wiseman would have played last year, like Steiny just said, you would have got to see Wiseman, see how he performed, but we probably wouldn't have made the championship. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you want to see the good stuff, but then at the same time, when the good stuff go haywire, it's like, oh man, I'm blaming Kyle Shanahan for this. You can't blame him for that, man.
Well, I'll say this, Mike. That would have never happened here in Warrior Land. This real. This is where I'm going. Steve Kerr has the barometer of the team. If he would have felt like he had to pull the reins back on Wiseman because he would cost him a chance at the chip, then the minutes would have been cut or he would have been put to the bench like we saw in year 1. But I hear what you're saying. I'm going to give it to you.
Hey, Goo, I'm asking real quick. What's your record again
Hey, Mike, this
do not liquidate all assets.
Oh, no. Yeah, Bonte's having 17 and 28. A good week, I'm back 500.
All right,
Is he laughing?
Yeah, he's laughing. We all are. Thanks, Fillmore. Appreciate the call. I would like to.
Dude, go to all these betting sites.
I don't care about the betting.
I want to talk about under 500.
I want to talk about Fillmore's parties.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever been to one?
Jimmy G.
I scanned the background. No, I ain't been to one.
Because, listen, I don't want to out him, but
he works at KMEL, Steiny, so he's in that life. I know you knew that.
I didn't know that.
Oh, Steiny, he's on
He's
air.
employed?
He's on air. He's a big
Fillmore's
boy.
got a job?
Remember we threw him a party for getting the
just
gig.
hung around the neighborhood.
So he's
throwing
that's part of
parties.
his life. So he's in the streets. You need to get in somewhere, holla.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't want to take away from what you think. But yeah, he lives it. Look at you. Now you're not disappointed, are you?
No, I'm not disappointed.
Okay. Yeah, he's a DJ.
Have you ever been to? Oh, he's
yeah, KMEL, Steiny.
Hey, Fillmore,
You ain't from the Bay. You would have known
Hold
that.
on. I tell you what. Let me take a break and check Fillmore Mike's Instagram out because we're going out this weekend, baby. We're going out. 888-957-9570, the number. But we going out this weekend. Hey, charging a cell phone can be like getting a booster. A booster is given to enhance or restore protection after a primary series vaccination, which wanes over time. Schedule an appointment when you're eligible. Fillmore!
The captain of the 49ers defense, linebacker Fred Warner, joins Damon and Ratto today at 5.
Chenault. Ball came out as he got to the 35-yard line of the 49ers.
Fred Warner, today at 5. Sponsored by Harris Ranch Beef. Legendary beef, legendary quality.
Charging a cell phone can be like getting a booster shot. A booster is given to enhance or restore protection after a primary series vaccination, which wanes over time. Schedule an appointment when you are eligible. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Hi, I'm Aaron, owner of California Deluxe Windows. Ever notice? When your neighbors get new windows, there is a large black eye of broken stucco, uneven plaster, and even mismatched paint. At California Deluxe Windows, we never leave a ring around the window. Why? Because we are one of the only companies in California who custom crafts every window and door to your home's exact measurements. Almost everyone else on the radio is a distributor. They grab a window from a warehouse, break open your walls, shove it in, and patch things up. At California Deluxe Windows, we take pride in our work. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
Call now, and for a limited time, you get 30% off your entire order and 24 months of interest-free financing. 800-874-3600. 800-874-3600. That's 800-874-3600. California Deluxe Windows. Windows engineered for life.
Certain terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 774518.
Flying Ace, this is Sky Hunter. I've got my compound eyes on the target.
Copy that. You're on his flight path.
I'm going in.
Got him! Nice move, my four-wing friend.
Tasty. That mosquito never saw me coming.
See how dragonflies catch a mid-air meal at Bugs, a new exhibit at the California Academy of Sciences. Explore the secrets of bugs, massive models, and more. Now open. Get tickets at calacademy.org.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
For all contest rules, go to 957thegame.com/rules.
This Hispanic Heritage Month, the Multicultural Institute is celebrating 31 years in the community. That's 31 years of experience coming together to support and uplift each other. The Multicultural Institute connects day laborers and domestic workers with employers to ensure dignity while also providing comprehensive year-round services for the Bay Area's low-income Latinx community. To hire a day laborer or learn more about the Multicultural Institute, visit their website at mionline.org. That's mionline.org.
Why does Comcast Business power more businesses than any other provider? It has technology solutions that put you ahead, like the fastest, reliable network and serious savings. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security. Together for just $69.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New 50 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable based on RootMetrics US report. Results vary. Not an endorsement.
It's Joe Shasky from the Morning Roast. And if you're an independent restaurateur or are starting a brand new business, then you gotta know about my friends at Trimark. Trimark, making independent restaurateurs' dreams come true in Northern California for over 55 years. Whether you're designing your next restaurant or you need equipment and supplies, this is where Trimark comes in. They do it all. And what's most important to them is being a partner to their business customers. Visit TrimarkWest.com. That's TrimarkWest.com.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to get conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
If you were lied to when buying a timeshare and want out, you need my help. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshare and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have 383 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. If you were told at a timeshare presentation that this was available today and today only, that timeshare was a great investment or your maintenance fees will never go up, call my office now. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-613-5454. 800-613-5454. 800-613-5454.
In San Francisco today, partly cloudy skies, highs in the upper 60s.
Weather brought to you by Ashley Furniture. Your neighborhood Ashley store has all the styles, selection, and value you'll need to invite fall in this season. Find furniture you'll love by shopping locally or visit ashley.com today.
I use Tress Flowers. It's a pomade.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
Careful, some people might think you said it's a palm aid, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
See, I don't usually do the sophomore humor, but I can.
To pull my finger
But just because
stuff.
I can do something doesn't mean I do it. Mm-hmm.
I got you.
You don't have product in your hair now.
It's natural. Juices and berries.
No.
What was the laugh for? I'm dipping. But go ahead. I get a haircut tomorrow. Marky D.
Dude, we're getting a haircut because he knows we're going out on site.
Monday,
on site on Monday.
Dude, don't leave like you do. Get your bag and just run off when it's 3:01. Hang out.
No, it's usually 2:55.
Dude, this gonna be. We gonna walk to
What do
the
you mean?
lot.
It's gonna be what?
Lit. Your boy Mike might. Hey, what did you find out
Mike
about
who?
him? Philmo might. See, you're just in and out.
Philmo, congratulations on the new job.
They're killing you for not knowing you ain't from the Bay.
Let's go to Justin. Justin's in San Jose. Got a comp. Warriors and the Niners. What's up, Justin?
Not much. What's up, you guys?
Hey,
Guru, man. You was making the comparison with Stephen, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Jimmy G is more of a Klay Thompson. You know, the stats is there, the numbers is there, but just not the star potential. He's a star, but not a star like Curry. Then I say, what's it Draymond Green? He's more of a Kittle. Brandon Ayuk's more of a Jordan Poole. Debo's like a Andrew Wiggins. And then you got your Trent Williams is, that loony type. And then our head coach, man, that's like a Lou Walters. That's all I got for you guys.
Wow. Right. Yeah. I just said.
Gave it some thought.
Yeah, but the quarterback is the most.
Hey, Chris A.
What did Chris
Chris
say?
A. on YouTube.
Run this guy.
He says, run this guy.
See, we're on I don't like you looking at what I'm looking at. That means we're on the same page.
Listen.
I'll go to YouTube. I'll go to whatever you do. Twitch.
I'm not Pete Franklin. I don't flush people. I try.
And you're not the king.
I try.
How about that? It sounded worse than what I meant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't flush people. You know what? He gets the little T. That's all I do. It's a little T.
Dude, we got basketball too, man. They're in China. Japan. Okay.
Big difference.
They're out of town. I'm excited. They're out of town.
Do some geography lessons.
And I lived in Japan. Damn. But dude, it's about to be hoop and football.
I know. We've got their first game against the Wizards
Friday. When we wake up, they'll be playing.
It's like in the middle of the night, but
3 in the morning.
We're all over it.
What's the line on that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And you know what? Steph's going to have to play.
Get Guru a map.
Steph's going to have to play. You don't go to Japan and withhold Steph Curry. No siree, no Bob. That's part of the deal. You send Steph Curry to Japan, you got to play 30 minutes a night at least.
Man.
He signed that deal with Adam Silver. Mm-hmm.
And I'll say
I'm kidding, but he's going to play.
Okay, and that's why he stays in the shape that he has. And all the people that said that fall off physically was imminent, I mean, look what he's doing. And Bomani Jones on the roast this day before they got him out of there, they asked him about Steph. Steiny, what would number 5 mean? Oh, you got it.
Here you go. I'll give it to you. If Curry wins it.
What he did to close out last year is one of those, I have nothing left to do or to say to you guys. Right. And where this will get fun to me, if the Warriors win a championship this year, and I think their roster is basically they have too many good players, and I know that sounds strange, but basketball team can really only play 8 dudes. They got like 9 or 10. Somebody kind of needs to go in order to really make this happen, unless you want Kuminga over there on the bench folding his arms, looking salty all year.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, where is it that he plays? Like, where is Moses Moody supposed to play? When is Wiseman supposed to play? All those questions. But if Steph wins a championship this year, and somebody says he had a better career than LeBron James, what's your argument against it?
And what's his record, Bomani, in the finals head up against LeBron? I know they're going, you got KD. But, man, this dude, if he gets number 5, and I don't want to make it an individual thing, it's just nobody saw this coming, bro.
Well, they see it coming now.
Well, yeah, nobody saw he intercepted 4 from Braun. Let's be honest. But if Steph's not here, Braun's got 4. But what does he got?
That's not true.
7, 8, he's Tom Brady.
We don't know that. See, I don't look at it like that.
Yeah, I do. Number 5? Oh, my God.
When did LeBron ever have a better team than the Warriors when he was in Cleveland? His team stunk.
And he went to 8 straight.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm not taking anything from Bron.
No, you are, and that's what you do. And I got to get, you know what? I got to brace for it. We're coming up on the NBA season. I got to brace.
For what?
I got to brace for the pom-poms.
Dude, they won a chip.
I know. That's why I got a brace for it.
Oh, you're talking about from everybody?
No, from you.
And ring
mostly
night.
Mostly from you.
Ring night.
Well, that's fine.
That's
mostly
the
from
late
you.
show. Andy will be in town.
Like, it's going to be a year of no shade at LeBron, but Steph.
No, just if they get 5, what they can call it, the drive for 5, since you drive to their lane. I'm on to something.
Yeah, because I think that's, you know what? I don't think I've ever heard that before. Try for 5. You want to get to your 4 questions or 9?
Yeah. Unless you're really hard to, we just finish up with a 9. We'll do this tomorrow. I feel like we'll do it injustice if we don't.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Oh, but the music. And LeBron has hair.
You know what we could do is we could talk about Guru's. Okay.
Yeah.
Guru's got 4 big questions for the Warriors this year.
I got them in black.
Coming up.
Okay.
Then hold on. We were going to do a segment, but now it's 2:30, and now we're thinking maybe not. Yeah. So
we got 12 minutes.
Do we go with some more 49ers, or we could also talk about Draymond Green? An executive in the NBA said Draymond will not be shy about leaving the Warriors. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you this about
I had that 4 years ago that Draymond's not retiring.
I never knew you to be an eye guy. You've been hiding it. You deserve the Oscar. The real Denzel, Matt Steinmetz.
Since when did you not know?
If I hear
selfish?
another, shame on me.
Exactly.
I thought
you
it was
knew that from the get-go.
Yeah.
No, I am all about myself.
Yeah. Personalized plates.
No.
Yeah, I know.
You know what?
Especially
How
nowadays.
much do those cost?
I wouldn't know. You don't want people to know where you're at nowadays.
Beauty
anyway.
is 888-957-9570. Yeah,
But-
Comcast Business Text Line. How much is one of those personalized plates?
I want to say about $150.
I'd say 90. I'm going to say 90.
Well, now for California, you can get the black ones.
The old school. See,
they are old.
It's retro.
How much?
See, they wouldn't even have those if I had not introduced the concept of retro back in the early 80s. Mm-hmm.
I really need one after today's show.
But you're not going to have one after today's show.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm going to volleyball.
Larry's in Lafayette. Larry. That's when Bird was honing in on a triple-double back in 1985. What's up, Larry?
Well, gentlemen, I just can't believe we're worried about LeBron James getting his illustrious career in some way damaged by Steph actually outplaying him since 2014. But that's where we are. I'm just going to say this. He's got Clutch Sports, has all the clients that are Clutch sports talking heads all over the NBA and ESPN pushing his narrative every stinking day. And if he can't stand a little bit of Steph Curry, he is the best player in basketball right now. And, you know, he may not be able to do some of the things Giannis can do or KD can get a shot off over anybody, but Steph has shown he figures out a way, and he's a winner. And I just think we need to, you know, definitely I'm going to be jumping on and, you know, showing my support, and I think a lot of other people will, because we've been blessed with not only Steph, but Barry Bonds and a whole bunch of other people.
Wow.
We've had the best sports decades in any area for a long time.
Appreciate the call.
Man. And I'll tell you what. I don't know if you heard this over the weekend. Media Day in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
The Greek Freak. And this wasn't, he wasn't being just playing around. He said the best player in the game right now, today, it would have been last week, is Steph Curry.
Okay.
And my thing to the masses is we're all different, but Steph is the best at doing what he does, knowing when to go in the phone booth and do what's needed when needed.
Okay.
And with that, you talk about Barry Bonds, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh my gosh! Why would you do that?
Yeah, I get silly now. But
thank you.
This is the dude is special, man.
Yes, he's special.
LeBron didn't do what I'm about to say to you and Kyle. He revolutionized the game.
He's special.
They're in high school now. I'm in the gyms. They're in CYO, and they're trying to shoot like Steph.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for you to disagree.
He's absolutely special. I wouldn't say he's the best player in the NBA.
Okay.
I would rather have Giannis.
I wouldn't be mad at
But
you.
if I were Giannis, yeah, I'd say Steph's the best.
Greasing the skids to come here.
What's the harm?
No, where'd he say he would go? Chicago. Oh, you remember that? Remember he said, hey, who know? Dude, that's like telling your wife,
I'm not here for the Steph slander. I'm not going to have it.
That's our guy. We got to get him on.
Get him on. I'll do whatever you want with him.
I don't know who this guy is I'm doing this show with, but okay. You got to be like this tomorrow, too.
What's
You're
tomorrow?
fantastic. Thursday. Just
listen.
Just more of it. Upbeat. You're looking at the world different right now. People are loving it, man. I'm loving it.
No, listen.
You're positive. You believe.
Steph and I.
Oh, my God.
Here's the problem. Here's the real issue. The issue is that huge, big Warrior fans and Steph fans they don't like that I have a personal relationship with him.
You are great. That's you can act, man. Yeah. I hope you don't believe it, but you don't. But get him on.
He appreciates me for holding his feet to the fire for 14 years.
You may have created the fire. What did you say? When you doubted him. I think he still has the press clippings. You said, Not like Monte.
I said he was a tweener for sure.
Well, I don't know why I don't find that bad.
Well, because back then it was an insult.
Okay.
Now it's a compliment.
All right, wow.
Because he wasn't a true point, and he wasn't big enough to be a shooting guard.
Speaking of which, I'm about to take a victory lap and then throw it to you. I know the boss is loving this. I'm the inventor of two-way. Remember Clay? You hated it, two-way player.
No, you're not.
Dude, we got in a major brawl.
Right, but you didn't make that up. You purloined that.
From who?
No, you didn't make up two. Are you saying you made up two-way player?
We used to do that in the Union, too. The offense, defense. Penny Hardaway. But you got the ultimate night, and Steph took it.
See?
Look at you now. No, own that. You got night, and you forgot who on Twitch reminded me, and Steph took it or borrowed it. We got to collect, Steiny. We got to collect. Steph's got to, yeah.
See,
we got to get a percentage.
This is a very,
William
very
World has
delicate.
Shirts now.
This is a very delicate situation.
That's what I mean,
night,
but he's got to know.
Very delicate. And it's something that Steph and I have to talk about at some point.
I'm going to be
obviously.
there. Yeah.
But this is one of those where
it's real.
He's Steph Curry, and imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Night.
And so that's the way I really
who knew
view it
Tim
on
said
that.
the night.
So,
but this is when I wish you still were a writer, because you could put something on the Athletic, and we know he would see it. Like he might not hear this.
MatthewSteinmetz.com, I think.
Oh, is that the name?
I think so. I think it's still up.
But the fact you don't even know, I don't even want to go look at it. But Steiny, we got to get to him. He took it from our show.
Yeah,
so I'm involved.
How about that? See, this is where I would freeze you out.
The truth comes out.
This is where I would Kobe Bryant your ass.
Right.
Yeah, we ain't going in to see Steph together.
Wow.
Sorry.
You gonna do an Avanyas on me?
What's that
you
mean?
Invited me. I couldn't go. I didn't have a chicken, really.
Give me some of your questions.
No, I'm
teasing for tomorrow. Okay.
Well, how do you tease questions?
Well, I know what they are, even though I haven't seen them.
You didn't look at my list.
I know I didn't, but I know.
I got a new pen.
That's a Sharpie?
Yeah, I like this. It stays more important, you know? But I won't tease it. This can be provocative. I cannot wait.
I hope so. He doesn't want to do it now.
But can I give you my reasons why I would have followed Kyle?
You want to go back to that?
Yeah, no, really.
Even though everybody
I got
thinks
them written down.
You're out of pocket?
Yeah.
Daryl the Guru Johnson still sticking to this take that is so preposterous. Please don't lump me in with this.
And some
he wants to fire Shanahan. He said he would have fired Shanahan already.
But at number 8,
the floor is yours.
Passing over Mahomes and Watson. When you did that, and it's your prerogative, you showed the world you don't like a mobile running quarter, but you don't like a mobile pass, the dual threat. You're out on that. Okay? Ayuk, I didn't like the way you handled that situation. I still don't know what went down because you weren't the adult in the room. Okay, Ayuk was by not going public. Kittle, you don't use Kittle like a weapon. You use Kittle like he has one hand and 4 fingers. Use him more, and maybe you'll get more points. Right. Offense stale, stagnant. That's your specialty, Kyle. Why is that? That's you. Okay.
What number we at?
All right, we're at number 3. But I got a few more. I want to sequence. Arrogance. It's on full display. You're not owning up to anything. The debacle, which was Trey Lance, how you ran him in the ground would have been the final nail in the coffin. And then the other,
that's only 6.
Trey Sermon, the miss on that, you could say, good wasn't.
That's Adam Peters.
Stop my.
It's Adam Peters.
Hey, if you really believe that, I want to do another half hour. You're playing, right?
Well, I'm not doing another half hour come hell or high water.
Kyle runs the show.
I know that.
All right. Upstairs, too. See, that's where I'm getting at the real stuff. Like, he may not have wanted to draft him, and then what's going on to where York ain't flexing?
How long are you going to perpetuate something that we don't know at all?
Until they hoist up a Super Bowl trophy with Trey Lance.
Kyle's brilliant.
Or get to the NFC, win the conference. Dude, you keep going upstairs and executive. The fans are
just
mad.
Like to have it both.
Yeah, the fans are mad. See,
the fans are mad.
Yeah, no, okay. So you give me
so
that.
are you.
Yeah.
But then Monday you'll be rah-rah.
No, it's bigger than the game, there's nuance to this. You miss my nuance.
I just don't understand how you can
tell me
come in one day and say Shanahan should be fired or should have been fired.
But that built
But they're going to make the playoffs
I didn't
this
come
year.
in at 11:30 and say that. So that's how you know it's real and natural.
Yeah.
Now
I
you
don't know.
get fed up and you want to break up. I've done it.
What do you mean?
Hey, I need to talk to you. When you're in a relationship, you've been dating, and then something just hits you like, you know what?
You mean like me and you?
No, just me and who I used to date.
Oh.
And something just happens, you're like, you know what? I got to call that person. We're done. That's how I am with Kyle. He can get me back, but you got to change your ways.
Of course he can.
And admit you're wrong.
He will never admit that.
That's why can't be my coach.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Guru. We need to use the pass catchers more, especially Kittle. BG from Roner
It
Park.
takes throwing the ball to do it.
There's
Hello,
somebody who
Kyle.
can throw the ball. You're just, it's just.
See, I've been in this business not a long time.
No, you
But I'm going to walk to the car feeling like we had a good show.
Why?
But I need to go down the hall to verify it, like Twitter.
What does he know?
It's his job. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, no meeting tomorrow. He'll be gone. I'm kind of disappointed.
I know you are.
Yeah.
Boy, you're getting hammered here on the text line.
On what?
Just.
Not worse than your baggy short take. Dude,
It's not a take.
You were fronting.
It's a fact.
Guru on fire with the fire emoji isn't exactly getting killed.
No, the one about
the shirts
flip-flopping. I react to new information.
I need to go to a new market. You guys don't
You better
understand.
be careful.
You guys don't understand.
You better be careful.
I got a guy that you say one thing, he holds
Trying to think about
for the rest of his life. You're held to that.
I'm thinking about Guru in two cities. One like Philly.
Oh my God, Philly!
Yeah, you couldn't
Philly
survive in Philly.
Please,
you couldn't survive in Philly.
Please,
you'd get called out. There'd be people waiting outside the door after the show.
Now that I believe, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
They'd be.
Oh man.
They would hate you because you laugh too much, because you have too much fun.
Who you been talking to?
No, it's a compliment. Don't you get it? I'm putting down people from Philly.
I'm asking. Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
I said one of the reasons they wouldn't like you is because you have too much fun. They don't like that.
Laughing too much.
Who is?
I don't know. I just struck a nerve.
With who?
Me.
You're having fun with.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Remind
Your
me not to rob a bank.
enthusiasm is infectious.
Yeah, but remind
What's
me not to
your
rob a
problem?
bank with you.
Why?
You might have a sign on it.
You don't
Robin
get it.
Bank.
Guru doesn't get it. That was a compliment.
Yeah.
It's making me sick. No, it's not making me sick.
Who
I'm
the
gonna
boys
forget.
got?
I have no idea. I'm sick of promoting.
You
this
ain't
show.
said how much time we got in a month. I'm getting worried.
Oh, that's right. Fred Warner, 5 o'clock.
Believe it or not, you got a minute left, guys.
Yeah.
Fred Warner,
Steiny,
5
you're
o'clock,
having a
Dana
ball,
Ratto.
man.
You know what's funny? Is
You have not asked E how much time we got since July.
Right, I haven't.
No, since the Trey Lance thing.
You know,
You've been on
what
fire.
I think's just the joke is 49er people are like, oh, George Kittle. Oh, yeah, he's top 5 tight end.
Yeah.
George Kittle. Debo Samuel. Oh, he did top 5 weapon. Yeah, Debo Samuel. Bosa. Oh, Bosa's the best left tackle in the game. Those
are truths.
Yeah. Fred Warner. Oh, God. Fred Warner. Top 2 linebacker in all of football. No doubt about it. Trent Williams. Oh, God. Transcendent.
99 on
Transcendent. Offensive lineman.
Where you
Unbelievable.
going?
All these good players. Why are they no good?
Well, they were in the NFC Championship game. So I judge them on last season. It's early. I still want them ran.
All right. Are we done? How much we got here, Evan?
10 seconds.
You know what? You take us out. I'm out.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Fred Warner.
I'm just
5:30. Damon and Ratto. 5 o'clock.
I know. I stunk today.